Oh, yes.
It's a black screen, Cal.
One of the things that we like to do here at the live stream is we just like to highlight the clubs and the players.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and take a nice just recognize who's involved, what the sport is all about. It would be nothing without the players.
And the pros.
Boy, you better recognize.
You better recognize. Welcome back to what is now the semifinal of the Chicago Platform Tennis Charities Leagues men's play here in the Chicagoland area. I know that people are tuning in from all over the globe.
We're international.
To see a nice misty evening here in Gulf, Illinois. I'm Matt McClure alongside Sean Albrecht and Jason Love with Cal Noble in the booth.
Cal, you want to say hi?
Thank you, Cal.
Not particularly.
Always the social animal.
Not a butterfly. Yeah.
He is actually. You just got to get him in a right.
This has been a great evening for a couple of reasons, and I'm going to name them now. Number one, there's a fresh bucket of M&Ms in the Glenview.
Peanut M&Ms. Please specify. Peanut
M&Ms.
Yes.
And I think
Isn't that a supermarket chain? Fresh Bucket. Oh, it's Fresh Market.
Oh, it's Fresh Market. Fresh Peanut Bucket Market. And we get to watch some paddle. We had half a quesadilla. We'll save the other half for after the matches.
Yep.
That's great. And also, one of the special things about Glenview Club is that they have Fresca.
Oh,
and that doesn't. I don't feel that that's celebrated enough.
No, not at all.
People always ask, do we cherry pick locations?
Yes, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
If you provide us with peanut M&Ms, we will be there. And
I
Fresca.
don't have a strong feeling about who wins matches in the rest of the season. But when we get to playoffs, I'm like, please let Glenview continue to do well, so we can just show up at that hut over and over again.
I celebrate the Fresca catalog every day.
And I hope that everybody comes out next Tuesday night for the finals, championship night, barbecue.
Darn right.
Get your hats, get your mugs.
It's going to be off the chain hook.
If
bring your mugs and hats. If you don't get your hats and mugs, bring them.
But just a health concern: don't drink out of the mugs.
Yeah.
No, or the hats for that matter.
Yeah, yeah.
They are still made of asbestos, and they have not changed the manufacturing since 1951.
You are
when the first mugs were created. So, just everybody beware.
Only you can make asbestos funny, Coach.
I think I got mesothelioma from a commercial.
How do you spell asbestos?
I don't know.
It's a tricky one.
Asbestos you can.
It's got an A in it, right? What?
I am just a dad joke machine tonight.
Yeah.
It's asbestos you can, man.
As long as you try your hardest, Sean.
Exactly. But do it because it is what you wish to do.
Yeah. We got a good match here tonight, representing Lakeshore. We've got Adam Schumacher to serve first.
Yep.
And Scott Hill
at the net.
Playing against home host pro Andrew Buchholz.
Yes. Andrew.
And we saw him last week, Paul Rose.
Yep.
Half.
Oh, that would have been a nice
We're starting with the skid ball. I see how it is.
That would have been a nice tweener.
It's going to get serious.
Well, we do have a little bit of rain, but it seems to be slowing. And again, Glenview, super sensational heater system underneath the courts.
Oh, it's just a little wide there.
With the boost.
I think the super boosters are on.
Yeah.
So good news, guys. Super boosters are on, right? Yeah.
I think so.
We're boosting.
They have to be.
But you can see we're having trouble with the returns on this side because there's a little wet there in the back of the box. You can see that.
Tough to judge it even with a new ball.
There was a little bit of discussion about should we wait a little bit and let the rain move out of the area because it's supposed to clear up around 7:40.
I don't think it's raining anymore. I think that's just the court drying at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is not.
So
it is not raining anymore. So it should be okay here in a couple of minutes.
A nice hold by Adam. This is one of those everybody always asks, should you serve first or second? In the rain, the snow, the sleet, always serve first.
Always serve first.
Always serve first.
Like that. It's.
All right. So 1-0, couple of big serves.
You still see the rom-com lights, though, guys. I feel
they're in the back there. Yep.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heaters.
You can.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the super booster.
All right.
It's the equivalent of a jet engine.
Director, aficionado, and love of our hearts, Andrew Buchholz.
For sure.
over there on the far side, coming in after being sick all week, which
He's
is kind of a bummer.
heartthrob
Yeah.
too, isn't he? He's a calendar guy.
He is. He is.
He's on the
I mean, I
calendar.
think Scott Hill probably holds the male model category for the court at the moment, but that's just
Who's
my
keeping
personal
track
preference.
of that, man?
I like that. Look, we already saw guys. Let's get off
Look.
the male model front and
If I
move
were
on
a
to the
fella-
paddle. But look, the return and switch. So obviously they like Adam returning out of the deuce and Scott returning in the ad,
Yep.
and then the switch after the first lob.
Make your move.
That's another good movie line right
What's
there.
that?
I'm taking Andrew all day. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that what you? I thought you were talking about just for the match there, Cal.
Thought you were making
You're
your
still
picks.
on the calendar. Okay, kick. Okay.
I thought we said we're moving on.
I tried. Look,
Yeah.
look. I tried. I mean, you know,
That's true.
again,
You didn't agree.
I'm the probation hearing guy right now, so I need to.
I'd love to move
behave.
on, but I'm lost in his eyes. So I just can't. Ooh,
Good lead.
trying to take that one off the quick
From
hop.
Mr. Rose.
Adam likes
By
taking
any
balls
other
off the
name?
deck. He likes to drive. He played at Wisconsin, I think, right? Is that my memory
Adam
right
did?
on that? I think so.
That's a possibility.
I don't know
He
that
either played at Wisconsin or University of Phoenix Online. It's one of the two.
their tennis team is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can do it on the Wii.
And you play virtually, so everybody's undefeated.
That's right.
Why didn't I go there?
I don't know.
Good drive by Andrew.
Maybe
Caught
you're-
Scott a little bit off the
Well,
net.
knowing my history,
Maybe your Ethernet
I
wasn't
should be
strong
on the
enough.
Wii all the
I
time.
had digital dial-up
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah. AOL was not getting the job done.
With my history, I'm on the Wii all the time, apparently. I know, move on. I know. I'm sorry.
Nice
Great
touch.
volley.
Little soft
I know.
hands. Well, he's got the Michael Jackson glove on, so
He
you know he's
does.
got good hands.
Also, the current
Tell him
conditions
it's
are such
human
that if
nature.
you throw in a couple drop shots, like nobody really is like
Look at
excited to
that.
take that first step.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to give him a clap for that, trying to go with a little
almost
ATP.
had. Yeah, that would have been nice. Nice.
Going around the net post, almost.
The damn crank got in the way.
Oh,
Sorry.
great serve.
Can we say,
Yeah.
can we
Bit
say
like
damn?
like a cobra. That was awesome.
Yeah.
King Cobra?
It holds back the
You
water.
betcha.
You can say it. I'll be your damn guide. Take all the damn pictures you want. Ask any damn questions you have.
Shot.
What's your favorite damn?
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there's our first fleshy.
Early tag.
Setting
You knew
the
where I was
tone.
going.
Setting assertive.
It is playoff time, and I said it last week in the playoffs. Remember, any
Yep.
low short ball in the court, I hate to say it, but you're aiming for the throat.
And you don't mean the throw to the racket.
Nope.
We're talking.
Uh-oh.
Wow. No, that's not something we
Oh,
see probably.
Got it.
Cal,
It's not us.
Cal's more professional
How am I-
than that.
how am I
I've learned
supposed
that
to see
over
then?
a 5-year period.
How am I supposed to see?
We can probably do this if we wanted to.
Thank
That's
you.
also true.
Yeah. Well, we got 2-1. Big surprise. 3 straight holds to
Yes, sir.
start this. A little bit of a wet ball game going on, skid ball.
It does look like it's drying up a bit,
It's
guys.
for sure drying up.
I think I like the green M&Ms best.
The blue ones are my favorite.
Are they?
Yep.
I like chocolate.
Cal, what's your favorite?
Red.
Of course it is. He's the first one to talk about the calendar, guys. He's going to be red.
Nice dig.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a good move.
Yeah, he read it early.
Yep.
Which M&M is the second?
He's going to die on that hill. I like that.
I don't know.
I'm-
Is it
I'm
based on the
dad
CGI
joking
characters?
all night long.
Yeah, it used to be the green one, but they took away our
I just can't stop. Did I just say die on that hill? I can't believe I said something like that. I'm going to be dad joking into my retirement, basically.
It's fine. You've earned it.
Have I?
Yeah, you deserve it.
You know, it's more like granddad. Wow.
So this is like
You got a hold of that
because
one,
the
too.
court started a little bit wet, you're going to have some, some loose errors kind of leak in the beginning because maybe we're not entirely sure of our footing and
Right.
you should take that extra step, but you don't want to slide around.
Right. Here comes the Britney Spears smoke for the dance routines that we're going to see.
She
Look at
doesn't
them.
own that patent.
Hit
Jeez.
me, baby, one more time.
Yeah.
No.
It is nothing more than the sailor out in the fog.
Leave her alone. Leave Brittany alone.
Forgot about that one.
It just started pouring again.
Did it? Is it coming down? Hence the fog. Just in time for poor Andrew's serve. But you know what? Now it's kind of working in his favor here.
It's an equalizer.
For sure. usually in the X-Files, this is when the UFO is landing right here. Is what's happening.
Yeah.
When you get the fog going for no reason.
Yep.
I like how they're being aggressive with that little blitz off those returns.
Probably better off going to the net anyway. You can't see anything from
Far
baseline.
back, yeah.
No.
It's almost easier, right, to carry your momentum through your return and
Yeah.
just take the step forward,
For
especially if you're feeling like you might slide around a little.
Oh,
That's
he
a
got
great
it!
dig.
Unbelievable.
Great
no.
dig,
From Schumacher.
forcing the.
Unbelievable. Michael
Error.
Schumacher.
Oh, that was a red one.
I know. It's an F1. I can't. I was just talking about that earlier with Callie. There are just some great names from the F1, realm. Lewis Hamilton, but
I haven't seen
like
that movie.
Verstappen, Max
it good?
Verstappen.
F1?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it good?
You'd have to ask Cal because he's a true fan of the sport.
I have
and
no clue.
There's
I'm
a
very
pretty
casual.
solid chance that
I
Brad
haven't
Pitt.
watched it.
Really?
There's a pretty solid chance that Brad Pitt didn't do anything race car driver related in the entire film.
Right. So
He's not
yeah,
like Tom
no.
Cruise where he drives his own car.
Yeah, he can't.
Probably
He
not.
can't.
Probably not.
No, yeah.
Does he even? Do you think he knows how to drive?
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
He was like
That's what makes it such a beautiful thing. That you're being serious about that.
he was
I
like a
don't know.
childhood movie star.
That's
like,
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's been driven around his whole life.
You're talking about Pitt or Cruise?
Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
I'm sure.
Pitt actually drove it wasn't an F1 car, it was like an F3 car that they digitally changed back. But I think he drive.
Wait, there's F3 cars?
Yeah.
F4? Wow. I only know F3 in reference to hockey when you're the third forward into the zone.
An F4 car is just a Power Wheels.
Is that wait F4? Is that the key that I hit for the replay?
Yeah. F4. Shift F4.
F4
Shift.
puts the laptop
Yeah.
to sleep. Don't
Yeah.
don't use that.
What's the command where you
Often.
flip their screen upside down? I need to remember that one. And then
I'd have to look that up.
I am loving Hill's.
Alt
serve,
F4
man.
closes the application.
we did.
No, that's Alt F4. If you hold Alt and then press F4, that fixes everything.
Oh,
Wow,
really?
you guys are so. I learned so much.
Thanks.
You guys were-
Let's go play some more Call of Duty,
Good
Cal.
lob. Good lob. Good lob. From what I could see, that I love the drawby kind of drive there in the fog.
From that deuce side, you cannot see the ball
No.
on the other side of the
That's
net.
That's just funny.
Well, but also
Oh,
too, they don't want to
geez.
give him. They don't want to give him a full-fledged overhead
No.
so he can attack it.
No, exactly.
Smart play.
30s here. This is kind of a crucial point here.
Would you call it 30 deuce?
I would. That's just, I'm old school. I'm Mr. Vegas.
Gorillas in the mist out here.
And there's Jane Goodall. With
I
the
really
overhead.
I really appreciate those films where people, try to take care of animals and there's a
Yes.
little bit of like a, it's a conservationist mentality. But then I also appreciate that in the real world, animals are always animals and they
Right.
everybody thinks that it's the movies, but they rip people's faces off.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't, yeah.
Like the
That guy who made the documentary about bears,
Yeah,
and
and
he
then
just
he got
like lived
eaten by
with
a bear.
bears, and then they're like, "We're not going to show you the part where he gets eaten by bears," and you're
Yeah.
like, "That was the whole reason I came to this film."
How did the movie end? Well,
We're gonna out of respect, we're gonna black out the part where he gets, demolished.
oh,
by-
I like that though. It was kind of sneaky and hung behind his head.
Uh-huh,
Went
smart.
for the cross-court angle. Well, that was cute.
This is those kind of weather conditions where like these
Good
little
serve.
probing shots are
Yeah.
going to become way more effective.
Yeah.
Because you
Change up.
don't see the ball quite as well.
You bet.
Maybe you don't hit right off the center contact, and it
It's in there.
turns into a power failure.
there, but it worked.
Well, and I'm going to give these guys credit. Hopefully they don't decide to not finish the match. But like here we are playing a winter sport outdoors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the semifinals, the biggest match of the year
Yeah.
to date, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And they're going to play it out. I love that.
Yeah.
To play us out, what does that mean?
To play it out?
Yeah. And Adam Schumacher brought a pet grizzly.
Max Verstappen.
That's in his car. So
He brought a grizzly
yeah,
with him?
yeah.
If you can drive with a cougar in your car. What was it? A lion? A mountain lion?
Yeah.
From Ricky Bobby?
Yep. I like that. Trying to press a little bit though.
All right.
4-1.
that was a key game there, guys. You go up 4-1 is a much different than 3-2. So and then the momentum is considerable, and it maintains on the Schumacher Hillside here. I didn't mean that as a pun with Hillside. I just meant
I think it was well said.
Thank you. I didn't really. Even
You should
mean to
write
do
lyrics. Did Did that choke you up?
It does.
produce that.
I get
Yeah.
very emotional when we talk about the leaders.
It's a nice serve.
You know what I've gotten back into watching a little bit?
So,
The Voice.
really?
Adam Levine's back on it. Kelly Clarkson, John Legend.
Mm-hmm.
I've been tuning in.
Is that the one where they like
You gotta
they
s-
can't see the
Right.
person
Yeah.
and then they
Right.
Yeah.
spin
Which
their
I think
chair
is the
around
most
if they're
legit.
interested?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I think it's the most.
They have
legit.
to listen and they talk about their tone quality and all that.
I do
It really
appreciate
comes
it.
down to if they liked the song or not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It is song choice. You're right. That probably does have a lot to do with it.
Ooh, the lead cord.
Telling you, Scott Hill's starting to heat up a bit on
that
that
return.
return side, which is not necessarily good news, you know. Lolly. He's just flicking it
geez,
now.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's a
see,
nice shot too.
he always struck me as a guy that where if he gets hot, kind of the hot hand, it's kind of a problem where you got to pretty much deal with him.
Who's that? Scott?
Yep, and because he goes after the serve a little bit more, and there was an old I believe he was a Venezuelan player. The guy's name was Maurice Rua.
Nice.
What a jump!
Yeah,
Go!
great move.
I thought
play.
you know what he's athletic enough. I thought he was going to get back there and get that thing. That was impressive.
I do love the play there where, especially as Rose closes, he took a
Did
little
he-
bit off of it.
Yes, because they're retreating away.
Yeah, because I think Hill was thinking if he tries to hit me and I jump over it and he hits it way too hard, then we're back in it.
Right.
Good
Smart
lob.
play. That is the dinger is on,
Good
Cal.
swing, good
So if anybody has any
switch.
thoughts, questions, comments, text them in, please.
That wasn't my dinger, by the way. That was somebody else's.
Ooh,
Missed that?
that's the one. Yeah,
Really?
it was short
That's
enough. And
uncharacteristic of PR right there.
was prepped, but-
Rose doesn't miss shots like
there's
that.
something about this when you're not seeing the ball 100%
You're right.
as it comes through the mist, and it's
Like
just
that,
a little
like that.
difficult.
And you brought it up earlier, Sean. He does have the protective eyewear on. You know, he always wears it. And is it going to be foggy? Is there
Yeah.
drops of water on there?
As a bespectacled player myself, nowhere near the level of Paul Rose, by the way, it does make a difference when you have this much precip out there. You know, you just get just a little foggy and you just don't see quite as well.
Man,
Everything is.
Foolery.
Are we talking tomfoolery or are we talking shenanigans and
A little bit of all of
malarkey?
it. Yeah.
A little malarkey?
it was almost horseplay.
Yeah. That serve hung a
Chicanery.
little high, and Adam was able to hit
Chicanery.
down on that one. So you can see the back of that service box does look to be drying up a little bit because the ball's kicking up
Oh, yeah.
instead of kicking down and straight.
That will help extend some points.
Good communication there from Mr.
Well, we
Hill.
watched it last week. Paul has that great little cutter overhead to the middle panel.
Oh, yeah.
And a quick technical note on that, you'll notice he keeps his follow through and his paddle high through the whole shot. A lot of players think you got to lift it up or
Right,
dump it
right.
down,
No,
right?
great point. Yep, you're right.
And you got to keep the paddle and the elbow up through
Nope,
the
it's
whole.
about maintaining the plane.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, until you start playing a lot, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, even as
It's
as an instructor.
counterintuitive.
Yes,
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
But
It's a good
you're
shot.
absolutely right.
But look, he
Great
was able
shot.
to then dictate points there with
Yeah.
that overhead, getting it deep. Again, point I want to make with that is that every ball was deep, closer to the baseline than the service line.
Yep.
Yes.
Deeper and slower.
Never heard that before.
Wow,
Oh,
nice
boy.
move.
But good dig by Andrew to go back.
Oh, thinking about the drop shot,
Mhm.
but refusing to. It happens.
Good two-panel slam there by Adam. Uh-oh.
Shot.
Yep.
Panel of death.
Yep.
Wow.
Rut-row. Rut-row.
That's-
High and hard to that
Can we
second
call
panel
that
is
home
gonna
court
turn
advantage? Can we
into a-
call that HCA right
No,
there?
I think
I think
Scott-
everybody would have
Okay, I
hit
didn't
that
think so.
shot.
All
Yeah,
right,
Scott
well.
knows it too. That was just a poorly placed overhead.
Yeah. He was
Wow.
trying to ramp
Look
up
at the hands from
Jeez.
Coach Andrew. AB that was awesome. I'm not even sure
Nice.
I saw it well, and I'm sitting on here. It's
You're
really-
right behind it, yeah.
I know. Nice
Couple
dig.
of the occasional let cord here and a couple of errors, for both teams, but so far the quality of the lob from Lakeshore Sport and Fitness has kind of been the difference maker thus far.
Oh yeah.
But Glenview, Andrew, and Paul are starting to get into a little bit of the rhythm of what
Yes.
they want, right? They're dictating play from the front court.
Yes. Yeah, I just think on a lob to lob basis, so far Glenview has hit the average lob about
Yes.
3 feet shorter than
Yes.
Lakeshore
Agreed.
has, but they're finding their rhythm. That's a great move.
Was that a Jude swipe? Not really.
No,
Almost.
it
I mean,
clipped the
Lob to lob.
side screen.
Wasn't that a Donna Summer hit? Lob
That's
to
a
lob, you baby. I
Great
think it was something
patient
like that.
setup there from Adam Schumacher.
I got in this
Ooh.
conversation last night, guys. It's hard when you pick on the deuce or you're playing to that deuce side. You're opening yourself up a lot.
Yeah.
But if you play it well and hit it, a smart ball, it lets you stay in position. But again, that line is so fine.
Yeah, you have to really maintain your target, and as soon as you start to get a little too aggressive,
Don't you think that's a feel too, depending on where you're standing?
Yes.
You're thinking,
Yeah.
Absolutely, the ball derives or tells you where your
Yep,
target's
yep.
going to be. Well, there's your dude wipe,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
followed by a little cut dropper.
nice dig.
Our first cut dropper of the match.
And a first dude swipe. Do we call it a swipe?
Great
Like
move.
I call it a swipe. Not
What's
just a
the other
wipe.
option?
Well, dude wipe is an obvious product, in the
Yeah, we don't want to
marketplace
get
right
sued.
now.
Yeah,
No, I'm
it's
just saying.
clearly a swipe.
I call
think
it a
it's a
swipe
dude
off the
swipe.
screen. That's it.
Especially if you have a lisp.
I really should have.
Okay.
Really should have turned up my de-esser before this match. Sean, you're an audio engineer. Maybe you could tone down the S's.
Can they do that? Can they AI that?
We can.
It's not AI.
No,
it's
I
a-
can
it's a-
actually
it's
put
a
a de-esser
legitimate,
on
For
it.
real?
Yeah, for sure. It is called
I mean,
a
if I have
de-esser.
to, yes, I can do
this
that.
world continues to amaze
It's
me.
amazing. You can remove
Hold
somebody's
on.
lisp on a podcast, no problem.
Let me see if I can.
Yeah.
find
You know, it'd be
it
great
here.
if Joe Buck had a lisp and we didn't even know
Sorry.
it. You know,
And then later during an acceptance speech somewhere live, everybody's like, "Why does he talk like that?"
he never does live interviews.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I loved baseball.
Okay, if I can do this live if you want to.
No, I
Okay,
was just kidding.
I'm ready to go if you need to.
No, I'm fine.
I
I
think-
don't even know that it's coming through on that quality on YouTube to even know. Like we're hearing headphones with the raw
But we're
audio.
setting
that
I
is-
also
Yeah.
think none of
Yeah.
us have it. I'm just going to say that.
Enough of a lisp.
Yeah.
Well, I'll work on it. I'm willing to learn. Oh, that's great hands at the net right there.
Well, they did a nice job of continuing to close.
Yep.
Right.
I like it when they close aggressively.
30 love.
I believe 30 love, yeah. Oh, that's
Good
another
volley.
great little volley just to stab it to the corner.
All these guys have great hands and they volley really well.
It's a tough serve. And a great return. So this is the only camera angle right here that really does it justice in terms of what these guys are seeing. The overhead camera, kind of makes it feel like you can see more than you can. We are sitting courtside, and I cannot see
Yeah.
the far side.
We cannot see Paul
Yeah, he.
in the ad.
Yeah, Andrew's
But yet
playing
he-
singles out there.
But yet he took that overhead off the deck.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, he did.
He can clearly see just fine.
Yeah, it's a great move. Good setup.
Does look like it's
Mm.
Yeah.
What? 40-30? Thought it was pretty clear. No? Serve was long, maybe? Deuce?
I don't even know how to call the serve at this point. I can't see that far line over
That,
there.
don't worry, that's their job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll
They
let
got
them.
it.
We'll let them have it.
Oh.
Oh, that was a great kick on that.
Yeah, that one almost
Serve
got him
right
in
there.
the head.
That one moved a lot.
That was a protective swipe.
Yep.
A different kind
Great
of dude
return.
swipe. Wow.
Great return. See, the quality of those two serves was equally high, and the one on the deuce side was way more effective, and the one on the ad side into the Rose backhand was not a good idea.
Well, and I've always said that playing a backhand returner from the ad side is really hard because you can't tell if they're going to go down the line or cross court, where if someone's fully committed to that forehand,
Yes.
it's a little easier sometimes to tell where
Yep.
it's going to go.
Yeah, I agree. And the more you do with your serve as a righty, the harder it is to keep it away from an ad player's backhand.
Yes.
Because it's like everything is kind of moving
It's
into
gonna
their
go that way.
strike zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can hit the tee and still have it, kick to into a backhand.
And
Monster.
then you run the risk, like you hit the hard one down the tee and it spins around and goes backside and the guy gets a backhand anyway.
Right.
And you're like, God, what am I supposed to
Right.
do?
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Story of my
Oh.
life, boys.
That was a
Couldn't
good
see it.
lob, but that was a great lob.
Yeah.
Look at how far back Adam was when he hit it.
Way deep in the court and high enough to come down out of the steam.
I'm going to be the first one to say it, too. I like Adam's olive green, army-colored pants. You don't see that color a lot. It looks good.
I agree.
Are we putting him in the calendar, too, Cal?
Yeah, he can be in the calendar.
That was a yes.
He might have 2 months at this point. I think we were.
Do you put him back-to-back, or do you stagger him in there somehow?
He might get the cover.
No, I think,
we have a cover
I think he gets July and November.
Shot, Scott. Wow.
One bathing suit,
How did
one not.
I mean, how did Andrew get that back? I don't think he even saw that
Jeez.
thing.
Uh-oh. Refusal
Good
to
leave.
bail out on that
Super
was
shot
gutsy.
by Paul Rose.
I would have been running away as soon as I realized
bail.
the volley
Yeah.
was going to land
Get out.
halfway in the service box.
Yes. Hey, get out. Bail.
Run away.
Yeah.
Run away.
See ya.
That's
Yeah.
another song. Run away.
That's true.
Who was that?
I was thinking of Monty Python, but you know,
Foreigner.
Thank you.
I don't think it is, but
It's a lot of different, honestly. I mean, I'm thinking. There's an old '50s song. I think that was before my time, but believe it or not.
All right, so 4-3.
Mm-hmm. That came back. Well, 4-1. You know what they say?
Welcome back.
I didn't even say it this time.
I mean, that was
Did we go through? By the way, did we talk about our
a
foggy
critical
sponsors yet?
7th game.
Our foggy sponsors.
We do have a bunch of sponsors. We like
We're
them a
just going to
lot.
go with the.
We're
This
gonna,
is why we want to. We don't forget the fog.
We're going to just focus on the sponsors and forget the paddle because
right. Wintrust
I think
Community
that's what we
Bank,
should do.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, and of course Viking Athletics.
And Viking.
Thank
Unleash
you
the
so much.
warrior
We can't
within
do
you.
what you see here without these fine folks.
The heater's still working.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding.
Just sounds like the last lap,
Nice.
like I said, of a speed skating.
I
It's
like
a
that.
great drive.
That was
Tough.
a great drive.
All right, so Rose Buckholz making a play out of this set.
Yep.
Down 4-1, storming back.
It's great hands.
I think you said it, J-Lo. They had they just kind of gathering their rhythm, and maybe they just had to warm up a little bit, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Get a rhythm going. The rhythm of the night.
Well, it also is on that early side, there was a lot of, a little bit of slop, and
Sure.
then you had 2 games of skid ball on the serve.
Slop is what
and-
I'm used to. Absolutely. I mean, look at me.
Ooh, maybe
All right,
a little
so-
late on the decision.
So
Mhm.
I would
I
hit
agree with that.
If I was Scott Hill and I was that talented, I would have tried that too. Even though that looked like wow.
Even though that looked like Adam Schumacher.
The
Oh,
F1
see.
driver?
Wait, wow.
F3
Is that
driver.
Michael?
I think he's an F5 driver.
F5. Yeah.
Got it.
He's the 5th forward in the zone. Got it.
You know, F5 when I was in high school is the 5th class that I failed. Is really the
F5.
Good switch.
Pretty sure F5 is just guys on pogo sticks. That are
I liked.
racing
I like the
around
power.
them.
Would you say power wheels? No.
the power wheels. Yeah.
What were those things?
Silhouette?
No,
Wait,
that we
no.
used to. No, that you'd pedal. They had the big monster wheel in the
Ooh,
front.
Oh my God, yeah.
sneaky.
big
That's
wheels.
the-
Big
the
wheels. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah,
big
for
wheels. God, I love my big wheel. Remember, you could spin the tire real fast and go nowhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was where you first started to understand how friction is important you can't just go as fast as you can, and
It's the only reason I was a fan of
Accelerate.
the comedian Gallagher is that he had a full size one.
an adult big wheel.
He would roll out onto stage with the thing. When I was a kid, that was really hilarious. When I got older, maybe not so much. Get down. Great serve.
Gallagher always gave me hope that you could look like that, but if you had some kind of talent, you'd still be okay.
Yeah, look at it that way.
That's true too.
It was a
Speed.
he was
Yeah.
not on the calendar.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
He had his own calendar, I think, is what.
that was almost like stubborn.
Set point.
Triple,
Is it
triple
really?
set
Point.
point.
It seemed.
I agree with
we
the
got
scorekeeping.
close. All right.
Nice. Ooh, great return.
Great return. Not on my watch.
On triple set point. Now double set point.
And now.
Is that how it works?
And now.
Now it's not only Harry Potter, it feels like Sherlock Holmes with this whole thing.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Holmes. Good lob. It's got to be a little deeper than that, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Atta boy,
there you go. You let that
Andrew.
one go to the screen, and that set up his drive opportunity. Well played.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Breakfast Club when I said that. I expect a little more from a varsity letterman, Andrew. Way up. Yeah.
Screws fall out all the time. The world's an imperfect place.
Could you describe the record, sir? I'm trying to think of some of the best lines.
Yep.
Oh, how?
Tough.
Oh, boy.
How?
Real tough.
And there
All
it
right,
is.
First set down in the bag for Lakeshore Sport and Fitness. We'll be back with our second set right after these messages from our sponsors.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in Ortho Access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an Ortho Access immediate care clinic near you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Okay.
I'm loving the crunching this I don't know, I'm just hearing.
Yeah. Yeah.
From the M&Ms.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. That's fantastic.
Wait, you can
Back at the
hear that?
Glenview Club. Yeah, I kind of can.
If you can take
I'm
out
the audio guy.
If you can take out my S lisp, can you take out the crunching of the peanut M&Ms?
Totally.
I certainly can.
But that would take away the ASMR value of our live stream.
Correct. We have none.
for joining us.
Well, we've got in true professional tennis form, we got Andrew Buckholz going full uniform change, full kit change.
He's got a bunch of sponsors. That's a problem. He can't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even allowed in like the county of Lake without wearing certain stuff.
He can't be on the court without wearing the swag.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, that's the way it goes.
If you just joined us, it's a great time. By the way, I'm really seeing some drying going on the court right now. Look at that. It looks like some type of a smoke signal from North Dakota out there. But you were at the Glenview Club. Sean Albrecht, Matt McClure, Jason Love with you, and Cal Noble at the controls.
Cal's here.
I did say that.
Cal in the hizzy.
And again, we're the CPTC playoffs.
Semifinals.
Semifinal.
Yep. And we're looking at our three sponsors. Thank you, Cal. Wintrust Community Banks.
All right, now I've never seen anybody
Don't let
play in
Bonnet join us,
Lederhosen
too.
before, but Andrew Buckholz is about to pull. Oh no, it's just regular shorts. Sorry.
Wow. Those are
would've
just
been
his
amazing.
legs right there. So Lederhosen be damned. So, but it is a foggy night. And I mean, it was Hogwarts before without the fog, but I'm just thinking of 221B Baker Street now. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, their houses are going to be like that. How does that?
Yeah. Those are the windows are too modern to be Sherlock Holmes. You're right. So that's not working. Fine. So, okay.
They're on the second floor, man. One story.
Yeah, but the entrance to the building's on the first
Hey
floor, Cal.
guys, I think we're going too deep in this one.
I think we are too, but Cal lost the argument.
I
Just for the record.
disagree.
Keep going.
Yeah.
All right, so first set in the books. What are we thinking, guys? Are we going 3, Cal?
Hey, let me ask you a question. The classic question after the first set, guys, coaches, what do Rose and Buckholz have to do to get back into this bad boy?
I think a little lob improvement will help out. And I do think
Listen
that
to
there
that
is.
guitar solo. Is that Cal Noble on there?
I do think so far they've been a little more effective keeping it out of the deuce side when
Yes.
Adam Schumacher gets to take balls off the deck. So
And I'm gonna go a route of saying I think they missed far too many return of serves. You know, like
That's
we
a
just
good
didn't
point,
get enough
Coach.
points played.
Yep.
I think Adam and Scott did a little bit better job of playing points, getting into points on the return. And it is tough to return. I don't want anyone to think that they're just aimlessly swinging away.
I know what that's like.
I do feel like sometimes the higher the quality your return, the more errors will leak in when you're playing, you know, in tough conditions. Maybe you have a little bit less margin for error in order to hit higher quality shots, and then a little bit of a wet ball changes that dynamic.
And then I think also that one did not drop over. I liked the change at the end of the first set or midway through. Andrew started driving a little bit more, right? So that then the volley would come short. Paul could come in and pounce.
It's a great serve.
It is a good serve.
I
Nice.
thought you were making fun of my singing there, Cal.
What a volley.
Great dig.
Which you're allowed to do. I don't care. Everybody else does.
Good point here by Life Sport.
Starting
Andrew
to
and
clear up
Scout.
too
Yeah.
a little bit more now. So
Lakeshore?
Lakeshore Sport Fitness.
Lake Sport.
Lakeshore Sport Fitness. Yep. Yeah, they're a kind of a sleeper team, man. They always seem to be in it. Nice pick. Oh, great shot from Paul Rose. Right. Again, that's a great location.
They say that's key to a good restaurant.
Well, that's why I'm at Fat pretty much every
location.
every other weekend. What a
Nice serve. That's a tough one.
Paul
That'll
Rose,
be
ladies and
difficult for
gentlemen.
Lake Fit Sport and Short to get back.
They are fit there.
Hands.
Nice rep.
Oh,
That's tough.
All right, start with
Wow.
a break.
Really took that one on the
Wow.
rise. He had let every serve in that location go to the screen until that,
sure.
that breakpoint opportunity, and then
And-
he shifted over and took it off the deck.
And I
Same
know-
serve location.
And I know I said it when Paul was returning too, but that backhand out of that ad side is just hard to read.
Yeah.
for sure. Well, especially with the fog.
Yeah.
I mean, especially, I'm not sure he saw it right off the paddle immediately anyway.
And you could see how surprised Andrew was.
Yes.
Right? Like it got
it's
out
not
him
what,
so
It's
quick.
not what he was looking for,
Nope.
and even though I'm sure he could have gone back and taken it off a screen, it kind of like hit him in the paddle before he had the chance to fully react.
A little long.
A little deep.
Hasn't hit one of those all night long. All night.
God willing.
Great volley. Way to get down low.
Are we wagering now?
Good
All right.
slide over by Scott to help cover the middle of the court there.
So did we sufficiently answer this question? What would you suggest again? That Rose buckles, or did we not? Are we
Do you want to
gonna just-
repeat your answer? You're going to go with another one.
I'm going to change it.
Okay.
I think that they should. I think they should take their shoes and socks off and play with their feet.
Footless gorillas, shoeless gorillas in the mist.
Little slip there. That contact movement, always a little tougher in wet conditions.
Well, and let's be honest too, guys. Their shoes, it's the end of the season. They might be a little worn.
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, they may be worn. On the other hand, they won't slip. Because usually, I always tell people this, and I'm a purveyor of footwear. Anyway,
Do you have a size 9 in the car?
I can get not in the car. I probably could help you out though. If you,
Sorry, finish.
what I was going to say is that new shoes, usually for platform, aren't always advisable, guys.
Personally, I like it.
Do you?
It makes you pick them up and put them down faster,
Oh, I see
right?
what you mean.
No
But
draggy.
the only reason I say that is because sometimes you stick a little too much.
I do agree with you, Shauner. I always feel like there's a little break-in when they're fresh, and you're like, okay, these are a little too...
Sticky?
Yeah,
Almost?
and yeah, you almost want to be able to have a little give. Oh, let's play a let.
Well, the other thing is I carry a lot more. Well,
The
what's word I'm looking
strategic-
for? Mass than
Wasn't it last
Coach
week we
Love.
saw about
Yeah,
10
there was
of
like
those?
8 balls that came
Yeah.
over from the other court.
Yep.
And on court number 2, they're just warming up, so you know that that's a strategic play by Glenview
sure.
to be like, they looked like they were in trouble.
Great
Well,
ball.
they wanted to be on the stream anyway, so.
And that's how
No,
you
it's
do
not
it.
true.
Beg-
That's not
they
true.
were begging.
They didn't. No, these
were
guys
begging.
didn't. They didn't never. Those guys.
I'll
were too
figure out
cool.
how to play on
No, no.
court 1. Screw
no,
you
no.
guys.
Okay, Jay. Anyway, so
What were you saying?
It's a great return again. Just
I'm telling
really
you.
knocking that thing down.
Scott Hill just in the wheelhouse there.
We want to say, too, there was a nice break of serve there. That was a break.
It was. Break squared. Breaker square, maybe? I don't know.
Ooh,
That's
that
terrible.
was. I like
Isn't that bad?
where you were going there.
Is that bad? Yeah,
I like where you were going.
Well, like I said, it's not just dad jokes. Now they're grandfather jokes at this point.
You're
Literally,
grandfathered
yeah.
in.
Now, would you consider this a must-win set for Glenview?
Technically.
Well, based on the format, I would
shot.
actually say
Come
no.
on. Scott Hill putting on a little bit of a clinic
shot.
over there.
That
We
was.
saw
I think that was
coming.
Adam. I think that was Adam.
If you're just joining us over there on
Sorry.
the deuce side, Adam Schumacher and Scott Hill in the ad side, white backwards hat. And then
Shot
Andrew
again.
Buchholz, director here at Glenview Club, digging out of the deuce corner there and irritated about the miss. He really needs to let himself off the hook for that one because it was not an easy get. And then
Life's too short. You're right, guys.
Paul Rose up at the net.
Oh, boy.
Well, 3 breaks. Isn't this
Yes.
almost? Well, we didn't start this way before, did we? No, 3
No,
holes.
it was
3
3
holes.
holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was wet. Yeah.
So they're still in it here. Second set. I'm talking about Rose and Buchholz because
Absolutely.
technically just get a break and we're back in the thick of it here.
There you go, Paul. Or Sean Paul's drying off the glasses.
This is the
Protected
only
by
match
That's what I mean. Hey, more
of
power
series.
to them. It's not easy.
Oh,
to
this is
do.
the only match of this Series 1 semi here that has gotten started. The other courts decided to wait a little bit to try to let some of the weather move out.
Sure.
So they're just warming up on court 2, and they have a couple more courts getting ready to go. I do think that they're scheduling-wise, they are playing a court at 8 p.m. or close
are
to
they?
it. So we will do
See
that
if we
on
can
the live
sneak one
stream
in.
if we can, if
Yeah.
it makes
If we-
sense.
if this goes-
if
doesn't
not,
go 3.
if this is relatively quick, we'll get that other match in. If they just prefer to get it going.
Yeah, and I don't really know who the high maintenance guy was that requested the 8 p.m. start time, or if it was
I'm
just
sure
they
it
were
was
trying desperately to get on
That
the
was
stream.
me. Sorry,
I'm
guys.
pretty sure it was a courtesy move from somebody coming out of the city that was
Oh,
that was a hey, let's start at 6:30.
Again,
Somebody
where's
was
the
like,
home
could
court?
we start at 7:45?
exactly. Where's the home court love over there?
Let's
in that
meet in the
corner?
middle.
Poor
In order
Andrew.
to come from
Should be getting that
Lakeshore Sport and Fitness from the city to make a 6:30 match, you have to leave at
Wow,
2:45.
great return
Yeah.
from Paul
At
Rose.
least the day before.
Yeah.
Off of that Scott Hill serve, man. That thing was smoked.
Jeez, great serve
That
again
was
and a great
speed.
volley.
Love.
He went for a little extra on that
It
one.
look that way, didn't it? It looks like I'm going to
Yep.
hit this even
You
harder.
saw him line it up and then pull back even
Give this
farther
thing
in
such
the
a
middle
smack.
of
His left foot pulled back a little bit. Can't fall backwards.
In there.
Oh, good
Solid
ball.
return.
Rose starting to roll. That was impressive.
the. Yeah, that return is going to be a problem.
All right, again, a
Double-
point away from this.
Double break.
But dry enough now where we can actually see some paddle. A little
Nice
bit
get.
less.
He's there.
If you joined us for the first set, you could really only see this side of the court.
Right.
And now, a little more clear.
Now we can see all the calendar guys out there.
That's right.
As nice and clearly as
They
possible.
deserve it.
In 4K, basically. What is this? 4K?
Pick. Smart.
Oh, you got a
you just
hold of that
wanted
thing.
to do a little extra with it, and it did not come up above the net even.
Not a bad time for it, I suppose. If you, they still got another break point here.
I know, it's such a good shot.
That stayed
Look
in.
at that. Wow.
Even his miss hit's going. Look at that. That's going in as well.
Well,
God, I love the miss hit. Oh,
the
Sit
wounded
down.
duck.
Yeah, that's
I
deep.
just love it. There's nothing like it. You'll never see another one, like it. You'll see never the same one twice. They're like snowflakes.
All right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Like,
All right.
they're like
It's
snowflakes.
the truth.
I
Parrot-
think these guys on court 2 have been warming up for about 45 minutes.
They really
I
want to
don't
be on the
know.
stream. Yeah, they're waiting.
They're looking for it.
I think they're my age. That's the problem,
Like,
Oh,
oh, geez.
good
Another
cutter.
skid ball.
Adam is starting to get his overhead moving a little
He
bit.
is.
His feet are getting turned. Arm and elbow are up nice and high in that power position.
Great
No
return
way.
Again.
Location. Once again.
Pick.
Get your real estate agent on the phone. All right, that was over
Are
the
you
top.
looking primarily in
Low-
Pound Town, Sean, or
You know it.
yeah?
I got to commute.
Yeah.
I've got a Pound Town commute, so I
I would really like to live in downtown Gulf.
It's a quaint.
I thought we
little-
were. Aren't we in downtown Gulf right now?
There's really only one town, not uptown or downtown.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, this is
the town.
Yep.
Gulf. Gotcha. That is impressive.
He took
I'm telling you,
the
yeah.
second hand off.
Scott Hill with I know, and he's still. That always just makes me physically ill because my one-hander, I only have a one-hander, and my one-hander isn't as good as his one-hander. He's got a two.
That's nice.
So that's always fun.
Okay, that one got away a little bit.
That's tough.
So
That
there
came
it
out a
is.
little far.
Yeah,
All right,
3-2.
the fifth straight break, I guess.
That wasn't even the wrong play. It's
No.
just like there's a weird combination in the middle ground where the ball is wet and you're trying to control it, and
Yeah.
then you hit it kind of solid, and you're like, where did that extra pop
just
come
flies
from?
a little
Yeah,
bit
it's
on
just
you.
it's just a difficult thing to adjust to. And I don't think any of these guys want to slow everything down to the point where they're just refusing to make any errors at all. So you're just going to have a few that leak in there. Thanks again to our sponsors as we get here into the second half of
Exactly.
league playoffs.
If you just joined us, we are at the Glenview Club in, as we mentioned, lovely, historically significant, landmark Layton, Gulf, Illinois.
Gulf, Illinois. I am a member of the Gulf Chamber of Commerce.
As fat as I
And,
am, I'm a member, actually.
I'm a member.
Do you get a badge with that, like an ID badge?
Yeah, but
What
it's
do you
just
get?
me. So
Okay.
I just
There was no way
just
to say
once
that
a week I
without
go to lunch
sarcasm.
alone.
Yeah. and I'm gonna expense this.
Yeah, and I go ahead and I write it off, and I occasionally invite other people and be like, we're doing a lot of great things for the village.
What a shot.
And,
What a shot. And I have been there, by the way, Coach. I sit on the table that faces the wall and with my badge on.
Sean is the secretary.
As long as I get a place at the table, a
Nice
nice tray,
return.
Do I get a position?
plate full
on
of
the board?
food. Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Actually,
Do I get
they
to
just-
Do I get to come to lunch?
They
I
couldn't
think
get.
you get to be a trustee.
I think the only reason I'm even in there is because they couldn't get your agent on the phone. Jay Lowe is-
I've held a lot of powerful positions. I've never been a trustee.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty easy.
For some people,
There's not a lot involved.
A lot of water coming off the top of that screen as
Be
Andrew
willing
backed
to
in.
execute documents at the right time. That's really all
Do
it
we
is.
have a fax machine?
Yes.
the fax number is the thing.
Yes, we do.
We
You know?
have the machine. It's just not plugged in.
Yeah, we don't
have
do
a number
anything.
anymore. Yeah.
Doink. I called it. Yes. Oh,
Shot.
double doink?
Nice.
That was close enough to a double doink. No,
I think it.
it
I'm
looked
gonna
like
count
it was
because I couldn't see it.
Sure,
so I'm
no,
gonna
it looked
count
like it came off weird. Beauty,
Yeah.
beauty, sweet beauty. Oh,
Good
what a
ball.
shot.
See that
No
right there?
way.
What a
Come
dig.
on, Schumacher.
Unreal.
Jeez.
Kids, I'm telling you, it's like the Adam Schumacher show out there sometimes.
I was just about to say that right there is the kind of point we need to see from Glenview because they lobbed really well,
Yes,
set up the
totally.
drive, hit a great target, and then Schumacher just steals it.
Yeah. Good serve. What a great return. I was
There it
feeling
is. Paul-
feeling pretty good about that serve too. And Paul Rose
starting
was
to
like,
dial in.
Not on my watch.
He's starting to dial in a
I'm
little
just gonna
bit.
keep saying that. There we go. We're back.
There we
to-
go. We got the text from out east. They're finally listening. God, it's good to have you back.
Welcome back.
Yes, Tiernan.
Well, I think it doesn't get. Does it get more interesting with the fog? I mean, I'm wondering. I mean,
Let's see if she's really listening. If she can comment back in.
because it's a little more like Harry Potter now.
What's
with-
the over/under
with
on
the
how
fog.
many peanut M&Ms we've eaten so far?
I think I put a solid triple digits in there.
You know,
Really?
I haven't
Oh,
even
yeah.
eaten.
Okay.
Easily. Well, I put them in.
I gotta
at
stay
least-
away.
There it
Oh,
is.
great cutter.
Shot.
Cutter number 2 for Paulie.
Cutter.
I mean, the
Finding
trick
the
is you got to
groove.
put 3 or 4 in. Like, that's the optimum number for me.
Oh, yeah, to really get the full coating.
Yeah.
Middle Eastern shot, the Kadir. Cutter. No,
Kadir.
Kadir. Anyway,
Again, Adam is really getting in a good overhead position.
Yeah, but that
Nice.
quality of lob right there is going to, see right there.
gonna work.
That lob turned into a situation in which there was nowhere to go. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
almost...
And that's what I was saying is when you get going to that deuce side like that, you're opening yourself up for that
and,
drive down
and
the
Coach
line.
Andrew Buckholz, director here, made him pay right there.
The problem is the ball was finally starting to dry. Now it's wet.
And now it rolled through the
Thanks a lot,
parking
guys.
lot.
Thanks a lot, guys.
All right,
Well, they
start
did
over.
get a new one. Didn't they get a new one for the second set?
Yeah, but
I'm sure.
I can say that my left
All right.
foot is completely soaking wet because I stepped in a puddle on the way in.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
My sock is actually next to Cal drying.
I think that's going to smell
That's why you
fantastic.
got to wear. That's why you got to wear sandals in and then change, so that.
Oh, thank God.
All
Tiernan
right,
is still
3
listening.
all.
Thank God.
Oh, thank God, the police.
15 love. Oh, thank God. Police. Help. Police. Murder.
Sit.
Nice. Bail.
Well, he did.
Nice.
In an intelligent manner, too.
Oh, that's a little too aggressive. Again, that wet ball did not bounce above the level of the net.
Yeah, I felt like he was trying to dip it a little, maybe too much.
I mean, I don't tell my players if I'm doing a drill to try to hit that shot, but then if I'm not Paul Rose, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got that kind of forehand, I suppose. Shot again. Schumacher.
And I do think with the wet ball, it's kind of this weird dynamic where everybody looks like they're kind of fighting off the return.
Yeah.
And so then the volley doesn't look as comfortable.
Nope.
It's kind of this weird, I'm not really sure where this is going to go.
Yeah.
And then
Shots
there's
served.
a lot of missed first volleys.
We were just talking
deuce.
about that with Andrew at the net, too, right? I mean, again, it just gets on you so fast.
Oh, you're kidding. Did that stay in?
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Clipped, and
Shoe is just
hit him in the thigh.
rolling.
That ball was hit clean.
Yep.
He was.
That was not a mishit.
No, he hit that on the
We
screws,
could
as
hear,
they say.
we
On
could
the
hear that in here.
screws.
That's clean.
A little wide.
Just
Just
long. But
Not
I
a
like
bad try.
I like
Yeah.
them going Australian here against that.
There we go.
Yeah, you might as
You
well
called
mix it
it.
up, change the target.
Nice call, J-Lo.
It's a good move. Great hands. Yeah.
Shot. And they'll get a game point to go ahead 4-3. As much, maybe, as adversity these guys have been putting up with, you know, and of course you got to give Schumacher and Hill the credit for handing them that adversity. They're in this match now.
Yep.
Let's go.
Oh, that's tough. Great move. That's
Good
gonna be a
overhead.
nightmare.
He
Good
dug
dig.
that out well.
Yeah.
That had some.
That's
little
a
there it
great
is.
hold right there
That had a little lickety on it. That overhead.
3.
for Andrew Buchholz
Got
to come up with that one.
A little pow in the giddy up there.
Lickety.
Lickety pow in the giddy up, yeah.
I was trying to keep it clean because we all
I
know
was gonna go.
what the word reference we use when it's got a lot of spin on it.
That's
didn't,
true.
You know,
I was gonna
it's
go.
not even 8 o'clock. We're not paddle after dark.
I was going to
just
go
yet.
kung pao in the giddy up, but with the because I've had some.
That might be too spicy.
It was, well, you know what? It's been the Chinese New Year, which is
spicy.
yesterday. It was a Lantern Festival, if anybody wants to keep track of that.
I did not know.
Year of the horse, boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it is
did
the
know
year
that.
of the horse.
I did
Year
know
of
it
the
was
horse.
the year of the horse.
Yeah.
Last year was the year of the snake, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's
Or it
awesome.
might have been all right, maybe you're right.
We
Four
shed
courses.
all the bad layers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were you supposed to do that at the end of the Lantern Festival, actually? You light a candle and say, okay, I'm just giving this
Jeez,
away.
great serve.
Whatever I want to give away, I'm going to shed it
Shed your layers.
During the
my-
year of the horse.
with my, yes.
By
With-
layers, do you mean clothes, Sean, or?
Well, nobody wants to see that where I'm concerned.
Gosh, horse is delicious.
But tastes like chicken.
Do you usually have it in burger form or steak form, or how do you usually take it? Pulled?
You know what? Raw.
mean,
I think
raw?
Sushi.
Oh,
I put it on
typically
sushi. Yeah, put it in some sushi. Be good.
minced, I think, is probably the preferred.
Good
Yeah.
Q4 lob there by Andrew.
Yeah.
The
If
dragon-
he keeps lobbing
dragon
with that
horse
quality,
roll
they're
is like-
just going to get an opportunity, right?
Yes.
I mean, they've already started to miscommunicate a little bit off that
For
lob
sure.
out of the deuce side.
And again, I got in a good long conversation about this last night. If you're going to play that side, you have to be willing to cover
That's
all
you know what,
the
Coach?
court.
You're absolutely right.
I agree.
Sage.
I also think that if you are going to attack the deuce side, you also have to just be willing to hit forehand volleys.
Yes.
Like, you can lock down and hit a lot of backhands on the other side, but there's just the angle changes. And
Yeah,
like that,
especially
like
okay.
that right there.
Oh, you got it.
Good
Wow.
moves.
Speed,
That's
speed.
wide.
Oh.
Man.
And
Good
again,
speed from
10 minutes
Mr.
ago on a
Rose.
wetter court, he probably might not even have gone for that.
Yeah.
You know, probably not.
How many little drop volleys had Scott hit prior to this? You know, because maybe it was the court that
I mean,
had something to do with
three
it.
or four.
Great
but,
return.
None of the players were really
Buchholz.
excited about, chasing something down in
Lightning
that first
bolt.
set.
Take
right?
that.
Everybody was first step was real tentative.
Buck.
That is a
was
great
awesome.
serve again.
Thing's kicking like a mule. Ooh.
I really respect Rose being unwilling to take that off the screen.
He
Yeah,
likes
great
Again.
return right there by Andrew.
I mean,
Really
AB
held that.
just bringing it.
Yeah.
Putting the afterburners on.
Finding
It's
a
got to be the
little-
beard.
Finding a little extra juice.
He just got the. He looks good with the beard. I'm just going to say it. I don't mind saying it.
I've never seen him without a beard.
That's true. You know what? He's got kind of a Sergio Garcia thing going with the. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Which is that's not a bad thing at all.
No.
Listen, I was a table away from.
Oh.
A table. I'm just name dropping now. Table away from having lunch with the guy.
Really?
I wasn't having lunch. I was having lunch with somebody.
You were facing the
table away.
wall, and he was on the other side, or what?
Exactly.
That was
he's
at the,
he's behind me. Yeah.
We actually brought him in as a speaker for the Village of Golf Chamber of Commerce.
He was an honorary trustee.
Sean, as the secretary, still sat at a different table, and I just had lunch with Sergio. And it was very
I pretended to
strange.
take notes, and I didn't.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I asked
can't.
him if he wanted to be a trustee. He's like, no, Jason Love is going to do that.
I
It
told
was a whole thing.
I told him I was a stenographer. He bought it,
Stenographer.
but I'm not.
You went to school for that, right?
I told him that anyway.
You know, I have a client who's a stenographer for the
Is that
court
right?
system,
Is
and
that
she
right?
has the wildest stories.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
you know what?
it's
I'll
awesome.
bet. I'll bet.
It's awesome.
A little
Like,
long.
you think Judge Judy goes off the rails, and then it's like,
Wow.
nope, it turns out real life is much weirder.
Wow. Well, you know, in any place you need a bailiff, I think, to keep order. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes at Thanksgiving we need a bailiff on the premises just to keep
Cal Noble, executive producer and bailiff.
Bailiff. Sergeant at arms.
Yeah. Yep.
Cal, come to the bridge and bring your sidearm. Oh yeah, good lob.
Wasn't
That
remember-
was just
That's
on.
tough.
I
I
know
have
he-
my concealed carry, but only in Gulf, Illinois, which is it's tough.
That's 'cause
But,
you're-
it's
you're-
only-
yeah.
You step 1 foot out. You're on Chick Evans Golf Course and you're arrested immediately.
There's like 12 blocks where I can have it, and then that's it.
you don't abuse that power at all.
It was a short drive.
You walk around. You don't wear it in a side holster.
Sir,
you
this is
hold
Gulf
it.
Mill,
Yeah.
not Gulf, Illinois. Oh, crap.
Is that mall
Sorry.
still open?
I don't know.
just in case you didn't
Yeah.
think it was.
You know what?
And it wasn't that dumb actually.
And
but
that wasn't anybody in here that said that. For the
no,
record.
no.
Jeez.
And then he
great
follows
return
it up
and
with
great
that.
volley, yeah.
I'll
Jeez
take the
Louise.
blame though if somebody said that it was us. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind
You have
being
those
yelled at.
moments in paddle as well, where you're playing well, and you have that like,
Oh,
oh,
did
that was
miss.
so dumb, and you're like, it wasn't different than any other.
Okay, so Schumacher
other shots.
finally, I don't think he's mishit too many forehands that even haven't gone in. So that's the first right there for the whole match. If we're keeping track of stats, maybe I'm wrong.
Always
That's-
keeping track of stats. That's what I do.
There it is again, the final lap.
Oh, good.
His forehand is dialing in.
Ball, yep. Oh, that's
yeah.
a problem.
That's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
hurt.
that was
Yeah, that's
you know
a
what? That's
good-
vintage.
That's gonna hurt.
Vintage Magruder. That was like vintage Paul Rose. That didn't have an ounce of spin on it. That thing came over the net and just died. It was beautiful. It was like a plane landing. It's awesome. All right, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a.
What's more
Is that
impressive,
bad?
the plane landing or plane taking off?
Listen, if I were a fella, I would come up with better
Landing?
comparisons, but I can't.
Landing feels more dangerous.
It does seem way more dangerous.
If somebody was like, "Can you fly?" and I'm like, "Yeah, the first half."
See the land.
I'm gonna say the first 90%.
The landing.
Yeah, I can do 95% of that flight.
I've actually heard that the pilots don't do anything anyway, except for land the plane.
Yeah,
Wow.
except for when they have to do something, then
Then they got to.
it's a big deal.
Like land in the Hudson?
Yeah.
I mean, that's
you
a big
notice
deal.
when they say landing? Yeah, there's a.
Right next to it shows the river. What an idiot.
Oh,
Oh, boy. That one rolled over and hurt a little bit. 5-4 here. Glenview, Rose, and Buchholz.
All right, so Schumacher serving to stay in this thing.
15 love, looking for a
That,
hold.
wow,
to
did that catch? That was big.
Stay in the second set.
They've done a really nice job of volleying away from Paul when he blitzes.
Uh-huh.
Agreed.
I mean, there's been a solid handful
Yeah,
of
because
those.
he
Shot.
typically
Shot,
can
another
snap that backhand and
forehand.
Yeah.
close with a forehand volley pretty easily.
Snapping that
and
thing
they
down
really-
for Abe Buchholz, man. Amazing.
Again, I don't know if you remember, Sean, but when you asked about what they need to do a little bit better in the second set, and I said Andrew needs to drive a little more.
Well, you know what? Maybe
agree.
we heard you. The telepathy's working.
I do think Andrew
believe
has
in that stuff.
has really found his gear as well. Like
Yeah.
in the first set, he was just kind of placing and probing
Yep.
a lot of drives, and now he's really taking some cuts at the right opportunity.
Shots it. No,
And
gonna stay in. He got it. He got
picked it.
What a
Awesome.
dig.
Oh my
Super.
gosh!
Well,
I mean,
Scott's what,
archaeology.
27?
And-
Yeah.
Oh.
We still got to give him archaeological credit for that, though. You go down and dig that out.
Yeah.
That's a relic.
Yeah, Scott Hill is basically made of rubber and magic. So I don't think.
Well, and to talk about Andrew getting dialed in a little bit more, again, when you pick and stick and you play more balls to the same player, you do run that risk,
Yes.
right, of them
Disrupt your
getting in a little bit
hands.
more of a rhythm.
For sure.
I think these patterns have really benefited
Oh,
Glenview here.
yes.
Like that.
Do
that
we
is a
have
good
a set
example.
point going the other way yet?
That's okay, Cal. We'll go other camera until
We do.
until we can.
We're going to wait till it
Set as
starts raining
points
again
is-
and send you out there.
I'm gonna go with. I like that grind
Nice.
track, man. I'm
Great
going
swing.
with that track again. I like that track. What? You know, like.
I don't mind that angle. It's kind of like being pressed up against the cage.
Yeah.
How about that, Ellie?
That's the view if you don't pay your dues.
You have to stand outside.
Yeah. I was like, oh, nice move.
No way.
Jeez, that's a
Look
nightmare.
at Rose.
And he didn't go play off to the throat
No.
on that one.
And
Oh,
let's all just
boy.
hit another
And
lead
they
cord
get
to
away.
take
Cord.
the set.
Just hit the leg
Get
cord
away,
again.
Jordan.
We're going
baby.
3, everybody. It's what
Cal-
we all wanted to see. We
Cal,
knew
you
where
got
it was
your wish.
headed. We're going to come
All
right
right.
back after these messages from our sponsors, get a fresh ball, and fix this camera. See you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
We're back.
All right. So here's the deal.
Jamel.
We've split sets.
Yes.
None of the other courts have finished any sets.
No.
So really, this is,
The
just
premier match.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
is the premier match and
No offense to
essentially the
anybody else.
beginning of what is,
Yeah.
the semifinal here in Chicago platform tennis. If you're just joining us, where the hell you been? I'm Matt McClure
Yeah,
alongside Sean Albrecht,
Yeah.
Jason Love.
Hi.
Cal Noble is running the booth and the score
The
and the
caliphate.
cameras,
Yeah.
and he's the bailiff. And it's a good place to be.
But you said bailiff, not Beowulf. We're not going.
He
to
is
the-
not, no.
We're not doing a
No.
history lesson today, because
don't have
Lord
that kind
knows
of
I
time.
can't do that. Yeah, and I'm not qualified for much, and definitely not qualified for a history lesson. So that's not happening.
Is Beowulf a Greek tragedy?
That's what I understand.
Cal, I
Barely,
like it.
because,
I'm going to use the same joke again. I don't mind if one of the cameras looks like we're in the lair of a Batman villain. No.
Yes, Commissioner.
Thank God I had my anti-paddle carousel reversal spray. What doesn't he have in that
Commissioner
belt? Perfect.
Holy backhand rollers, Batman.
Maybe Glenview will learn that crime doesn't pay.
So I think we called this. I think I'm trying to think of it. Somebody asked me what this song was called, and it's Grind. Believe it or not.
Is it?
I mean, that's what I called it. There's actually lyrics to it, and none other than Vincent Spadia was supposed to write a rap to this thing. I'm not kidding.
Really?
But you know what? Here's the funny thing. He can't keep time.
Well,
He's great in the freestyle mode, but cannot keep time. I'm just saying.
I mean,
and
his-
if he ever hears this,
he's got great
he'll have
rhythm
to-
on his serve, but he can't
Oh, the
figure out
guy's
how to...
unbelievable. Great, yeah. All right, so we're back with,
Let's play a third set.
yeah, I say we do that.
Our
I-
entire
I-
lives have been leading up to
Yes,
this moment. Why
sure.
fight against it?
All right, so the adjustments from Rose Buckholz have worked in the form of a the ball's a little too new, not wet enough anymore.
It's fresh.
Yeah,
It's kicking like a mule out
yeah,
there.
exactly. It's 2026. That's staying out. Nice pick. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a smart
No
move.
way.
What a
Come
volley
on.
and what a great pick.
again, vintage PR.
Yep. Go after that one.
And I'm not talking about public relations, boys. Shot. Yeah,
Sneaky.
for sure. There you go. I was also going to mention this because it does happen. I had somebody ask me this from a drill. It was a while ago. Amazingly enough, doesn't come up enough. Sean, you know what happened in one of these matches we're playing? We kept picking on, say, the do side, picking on the ad side, and the guy on the ad side or the do side that we're picking on got warmed up, and he just got used to getting the ball.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, he starts to roll, and then we have to change our strategy and have to go to the other side. We had a much tougher time. That sometimes does happen. Even at the highest levels of the game, you can actually pick on one side, and that guy gets, or that girl for that matter, can get a rhythm, and the next thing you know, you've actually painted yourself into a corner because now, you got him rolling. He's got a rhythm now, and now you've got to change your plan because you're just feeding the beast after a while. It's always funny the way that happens.
I think there is a common misconception that just because you might have identified a weakness on the court, it doesn't mean that you can exploit it indefinitely.
Exactly.
Right? Things adjust.
Right.
Players make adjustments if they're paying attention.
Yeah, especially at this level. Sure.
You can say, like, oh, their backhand is really weak, but, like, if they're a good player, they're going to start moving their feet that the same target turns into a forehand, or maybe they, have a little bit less of a challenge with something.
Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I had to run to Mariano's to get your Fresca. They didn't have any in the hut.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
If they're out of Fresca, then we're packing up.
We're out next week, too. Yeah. But
it's
no.
the finals. Who cares?
I want to jump on because I did start this conversation about picking on a guy and him getting warmed up. Remember
you
in
did,
the previous set?
actually.
But I want to say this.
And credit to you, actually.
One of my, thank you. One of my biggest things, right, about, athletes, et cetera, whatever, right, is your adaptability. You have to be willing to adapt and move in the moment and change, right? And if you can't go with that flow and read the situation and, go from playing slow to playing fast to do side to ad side, then I don't want to say you don't deserve to win, but you're not going to have as much fun, get as much out of it.
Is that what they mean by adaptive PE? Because that's what I was in my entire life.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe.
I'm not
That is
making
correct.
fun of that, by the way.
Definitely.
There was nothing
They do
wrong with
indeed.
I played a lot of table tennis.
Isn't it called ping pong?
You know, at my level, yes, it's called ping pong. Yeah.
Which way do you hold the paddle, up or down?
Whichever. You know what? I want to fit in.
I hold it like chopstick.
Well, I work for Yonex, so it's pretty much down the whole time, I think.
So first game, I'm sorry I missed the first half, but like I said, I did have to run. That Fresca
problem.
does sound like it tastes delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
Scotty Hills decided, you know what? It's time for a beer.
Did he?
Brought it out here. He said it's out there. He's got a beer. So we'll see how that works out. Usually, guy in that kind of shape probably is going to work out pretty well. Let's see.
I was telling Andrew earlier that one of the reasons I love Glenview is because of the Fresca, and what I think is strange about it is that I don't know if I've ever actually purchased a Fresca. I've just there's just like a couple places
Listen,
that
if I
have
can't
Fresca,
get my Fresca for free, I'm not gonna.
I've never bought Fresca and then put it in my fridge.
Yeah, for sure.
But
do you feel self-conscious drinking a Fresca?
No. Should I?
So is that like you don't want to buy it because you're like, I don't want to be seen in the grocery store
No,
with a Fresca?
I think it's that it sounds great in the moment, and then, like, if I had the opportunity to buy 2 liters of Fresca, I'm like, that's unnecessary.
Wait, people, they still sell 2 liters of pop?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know?
Yeah. Did not know.
It's a real bargain unless you get it when you order pizza, and then it's like $7 for some reason.
And also, how many other things in life do you're like, this seems like a great idea at the moment, and then you're like, nope, that was a terrible decision.
Well, you know what?
I know it's part of somebody's stand-up, but pancakes is in that. Like, I don't think I've ever like gotten more than 4 bites into pancakes and been like, this is the right idea. Mm-hmm. I think that's a Gaffigan thing, maybe.
You know something though?
That's a terrible take. It's just too much, Cal. It's like
pancakes is
a lot of bread, a lot of dough.
Excuse me, guys. Yeah. Not only do I like chocolate, but pancakes are never a bad idea. I'm just going to say.
If Sean and I agree on something.
That is true.
I've never had a point where
the world might be ending.
If somebody at IHOP, if somebody turns to me and say, "Hey, do you want my pancakes?" The answer is every time it's yes.
Do you put butter on them before the syrup?
If there's butter on them already, I'll take it. If
anybody turns to Sean at any restaurant,
yes. The hard
part. Fair.
The hard
fair
part.
Point.
The
Fair
hard part
point.
is when he's sitting at the table that's facing the wall. That's when it get awkward.
You
know?
kind of reach around me, if you forgive the imagery. I reach around and put him in. Yeah.
Okay, you guys agree. I get it. I'm off the team. Let's go to lunch. I
Where they don't
get it.
serve pancakes.
Yep.
But they serve Fresca.
Let's go to IHOP.
Yeah. For Fresca, and I don't mind drinking Fresca either. But we're all three of us are married guys, so
It's true.
You know,
Are you a Denny's guy or an IHOP guy?
does it look like I discriminate? I don't care. One's got 4 letters, the other one 5. It doesn't matter, dude.
Is Perkins out? Do they
Perkins
not?
is
Perkins out? They
indefinitely.
don't.
But don't forget Bob Evans down
I mean,
on the farm.
they might not be around anymore. I don't know.
So then you're going to throw Cracker Barrel in there too,
Oh my
aren't you?
God, that's utopia. Cracker Barrel is. Oh my God, Cracker Barrel is like
Do you know?
I
Do you
can't
go
get enough.
shopping first in the
sure.
store?
You know what? I don't. I go right to the restaurant because I'm on a mission. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
There's
sure crack is
especially
the operative term.
especially
in
if
Cracker Barrel.
especially is that what they call it? That's why it's so good. It's just got that narcotics in it.
What's
yeah.
in that chicken fried steak?
Crack.
What a
Xanax.
pick! Unbelievable.
Nice move.
So then, out of principle, will you not go to Waffle House?
No, I'll go to Waffle House. Are you kidding? I
Oh,
love Chicago.
wow.
Boy, he pulled that string
yep,
real
totally.
tight. Yes.
Got
I
a
love
replay
it.
on that one. Look at this. Oh my
Nice
God.
shot.
He held his
A
arm and his
buck
paddle up so high
It's just
and so long.
I'm telling you, he just had to get warmed up. That's it. I'm telling you. And now
That's,
there's an intimidation factor serving to
See,
him.
that's a little momentum swing right there. A long point, a bunch of good
Yeah.
gets, and then the backhand flick that turns into.
Tell you what, though, Schumacher, like he's hit so many great shots, he probably deserves to be better than down a break point here.
Well, it's been a great match.
It
You know,
really
back
has.
and forth, some good momentum swings.
And the same thing goes for Scotty Hill. Just these guys have been playing their butts off out there.
Well, and to your similar point about Andrew heating up, so has Adam.
Hands. Yeah.
You know, he's really stepped
Oh.
up his level.
Jeez. Just
Rose.
picking different targets
Yeah.
and different speeds with each shot.
And was it 2 weeks ago we talked about changing your height, your speed, your
Oh, yeah.
spin, right? You know,
And nobody does that better than PR, actually. But Rose probably is as good as anybody out there doing that. Not only that, the location. Down the line, just right back down the middle like that. Super shot. So
here-
2-love lead for Rose. And
That, and I'm pretty
Buckle.
sure his backhand
Nice
is like
move.
double jointed somehow. I
yeah,
don't
he
know.
does.
Hill.
Yeah.
It's very weird. I think he's got Ehlers-Danlos.
Blitzen.
I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna be
Ehlers-Danlos
honest.
is that
Donner is
Ehlers-Danlos
blitzing.
is that disease where your joints are like hyper flexible.
Oh, yeah.
You can
Like Gumby.
no.
yeah, even deeper than Gumby.
How can you
Clean
be deeper
living
than
there,
Even
Gumby?
more
Coach.
than Gumby.
How
I
can
know
you
that
be
Gumby
deeper?
can turn into an igloo at any time, but Ehlers-Danlos is where you can just
I mean,
snap a backhand like Paul
Kids
Rose does.
kids these days, they just don't have the quality of television that we did.
Commander McBragg.
You know,
I'm telling you, Commander McBragg's got to make a comeback.
The quality of television.
Thundercats.
Oh, yeah.
Now here's
He-Man.
here's a hot
He-Man's
take on
great.
that. The reason that they don't have the quality of television is because adults have decided that
Shot.
they own all of it.
That's a good point.
Like it's really uncomfortable that like my kids like the show Bluey. But if you go
Yeah.
on the internet, you would think that there's a bunch of grown adults being like, let's debate Bluey
this is-
That's
and everything.
true.
And you're just like, okay, everybody, you can like Disney as an adult, but not to a level that's
Oh, yeah.
uncomfortable for everyone
This is
around
why
you.
we get along. By the way, you're so much like Willy Wonka. You're like you want the kids involved no matter what.
Yeah.
He also provides
shot.
suckers at every park and
That's in
playground
there.
on
Oh,
the
it's
North
good.
Shore. He got it.
Okay,
Oh,
you did well. I mean, talk about it. Schumacher forehand. You did well. Just made him duck, and then he couldn't get back to get it. That was amazing. All right. So, still a point to hold here. Amazingly enough, even after that exchange.
Nice.
I probably have it wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's 40. This looks further. Or maybe it's 30-40. Maybe you're wrong. And that was a break.
I think that was a break. Yeah.
I
All right,
forgive
so
you, my
2-1.
darling.
Let's keep it tight. Got something on stream, but it was just an alarm I had set to remind my boys to take the garbage out. So, false alarm, everybody.
If they're watching, which they probably are, because they always want to see Dad on the live stream. I know my relatives have no idea what's going on.
My dad does watch the live stream, and he doesn't know anything about paddle, and I really appreciate it
Good for, you know what? Shout out to your dad. Good dude.
because he's like, gosh, you guys are fun to listen to. And I was like, yep, that's what we're going for.
That's right.
It's really just McClure Vanity Hour. It has nothing to do with platform
Just get rid of
tennis.
that Sean guy.
What
you'd be
sport is
fine.
this?
What a volley.
Jeez.
Come on. Scott Hill just like, yeah, I'm Stefan Edberg. Yeah.
No problem. I'm going to be totally off balance and somehow keep it. He like stuck his left arm up in
Jesus.
the air as though he was.
I mean, Buchholz hit a great return. I was feeling pretty good about that
It's
Buchholz
fine.
return. And it's a good move. Yeah. Oh, missed it a little bit long. It happens. All right. 2 points to tie it up. And 2, great serve. Cut into the body there. Wasn't there an R&B chick that sang and she called herself the Body? It's not the Stallion. I'm
I
talking
don't
about
know.
the Body. Wasn't
I don't know. I
All
wouldn't.
right, maybe I'm wrong.
That's not
Body,
something.
yes, that's a hip hop R&B song.
That's not something.
Well,
I would
there's
do
that
a full
too.
anyway.
That's true. No, but what I'm thinking is there's a female
Like an
R&B
artist?
that was called blank the Body. Not Megan Thee Stallion, obviously. We're talking, the other way around.
Like Lady the Gaga.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, of course.
Nice move. Crank it. Nice.
And she's just like the Madonna, by the way, too. It's the same thing. Same damn thing. I love how he kind of tomahawked that one a little bit. Great shot from Rose.
Man, I really think
Put some
in the
extra
last
heat on that puppy.
in the last set and a half, Andrew Buchholz has really made them pay for isolating that deuce side too much. He's found his groove and brought some extra pace.
How Buchholz got his
Counterpunching
groove
really
back.
well.
That'd be a good movie, wouldn't it? No, maybe not. Okay.
Well,
Was it produced by Tyler Perry?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Look at that. There we
pick.
go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they
Nice,
are.
2 in a
What a
row.
dig.
Come
Putting
on.
him in a spin cycle. He still
That's
gets
the
a
one.
forehand drive out of it. 2 of them, actually.
I like it.
Look at Rose.
There, come on.
Come on.
Good pick.
What a get. And they just reset the points,
Smart.
started all over.
Smart.
We are getting to the point in these rallies, though,
Jeez.
guys, where if I've got to
That's a
go
tough
sub,
drive.
if I got to go sub at the club again, if somebody asks me, hey, I watched this match the other night. It was a 3-setter with and we want to work on a couple of shots we saw out there. I'm just going to like this. You know what? Get another instructor. What a shot.
Jeez, great volley.
Unbelievable.
Great volley.
It had to be that kind of shot to win the thing, right?
No, yeah, it was just
Crazy.
It is Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
I know, but
yeah.
I'm thinking there was something never mind.
Thankfully, I got a text in on that one.
I know that, but what I'm saying is there was one call. Okay, never mind.
nice.
It's
I
not.
believe
It's
it.
not unusual for me to be. We want to sing Tom Jones now? No, it's not unusual for me to be unclear about stuff. I just want to know.
I also,
no, really.
I also want to go back, and I know Matt and I kind of said it, but Sean was talking about something. I don't remember what it was. But Paul did hit that pretty amazing backside screen drive
Exhibit A.
from about crew sock level.
Yes.
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 It wasn't quite shoelaces. It was
And
more like crew
forced
sock.
the volley.
Correct. Forced volley, not like forced error. Kind of forced volley.
That's why Paul Rose wears the no-show sock so he can figure out what the height is. He can still drive.
The crew sock volley or
Yeah.
crew sock drive.
Or that we can figure out how low the volley is when he hits it.
Or he's like, well, as long as it's above my shoelaces, I'm pulling.
I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
This has turned
Deadlocked
out-
at 2. Once
not-
again, if you just joined us, we were at, sorry, Coach.
No, you're good.
At the
Keep going.
Glenview Club in lovely, historically significant, or how about landmark significant, historically Layton? No, maybe that doesn't work out. Gulf, Illinois, watching the CPTC playoffs here. Was this semis, guys?
Semifinals. And all I was gonna say is this has turned out to be quite a match, and I was gonna take my own words back and say it was a good match. We were back and forth for the entire
For sure.
first set, even when it was wet. But it's really leveled out, and the play is really outstanding.
And the weather is starting to cooperate a little bit better, so
Yep. I think the first set was just, everything was
Survival.
soaked and it was a little skid ball.
For
and,
sure.
It's tough to find your rhythm.
Totally.
But this has really elevated the quality of the match now that everything's dry.
once again, to identify the players, you see the guys in the gray that are here on the near side taking a drink of water right there. That's the racket sports director here at Glenview Club, Andrew Buchholz, and his partner with the flag on the back of his top. That is Paul Rose, and they're playing for the Glenview Wildcats. What, no, it's Cougars? No,
Cougars.
Wildcats. Okay, we can say, I just don't like this. I'm embarrassed saying that. I'm not embarrassed about a lot, but maybe I'm embarrassed by that. And they're playing against the Lakeshore Sport and Fitness.
Crustaceans.
I love that. This is like SpongeBob down here. And so serving is Adam Schumacher, and at the net is his partner, Scott Hill. And we are locked in the third set here. That might have gone long, but you know what? He sold it to him. 3-2. Rose Buckholz just by a nose right now, but it is 15. I love the camaraderie out here. Look at these guys. I mean, everybody wants to win, but, you know, they're keeping it in perspective, keeping 100 real, as they say.
Yeah, they've played a few hundred times, this group, you know.
For sure. Shot, sit there.
Good volley.
These guys are talented.
Did a nice job of staying low, keeping his hands above the paddle, right, or below the paddle. But
This is the pattern right here that has really benefited Glenview. Like, I know they're trying to keep it away from Paul. I know that they don't want him to be too involved, but Buckholz has really found opportunities in this situation to, you know, turn the tables.
Again, like we said, it's always risky to play to this
Good
side.
lob.
You've got forehands, you've got drives, you've got open court that you have to cover.
Yep.
Which is
good
why,
lob.
generally speaking, you know, 75+%
Man.
of play goes to that ad
I
side.
tell you what, Buckholz is a machine
that's
on
it
that
right there.
lob over the backhand side of the net player when they're in the deuce ad formation. That is awesome.
Yeah, and that is also one of the risks about attacking that deuce angle is that you start to feel like, well, I need to produce something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why am I doing it?
It's a good
And
looking serve
then you hit an offensive overhead from a bad position.
Totally. Also, good news, guys. The other court is all there, and they said that they would probably move over.
Okay.
If we needed him
good.
to.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
nice.
I don't know if I should have said that on air or not.
Glad to hear it. No, that's fine. We can talk about it.
We're not going to do it, but we can talk about it.
I'm into it.
We should
What
let
a
them think that
shot.
we're streaming.
I think we should do it.
No.
Let's leave the cameras up. We'll go home.
Andrew did say we could just leave everything for the final.
Can we do really?
I don't know. We'll ask.
No, we can't do that. I mean, we don't have
deep?
we don't have the budget for that. Stuff's not disposable.
the budget for that.
No,
No,
you
so-
need to drive it back and forth.
We
That's
do,
what you have the budget for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Jay. You're right. You know.
It's just gas money.
It's fine.
We're actually, what Andrew doesn't know is we're all just staying here.
Yeah. We've rolled out sleeping bags. We're going to stay until the M&Ms are gone, which will be about 30 minutes.
Who ate my burrito?
Good news, they'll be back tomorrow.
I've no shaving. My shaving cream's gone. What
Make
the-
yourself a gosh darn quesadilla.
Food here is fantastic. Then again, why I'm not an endorsement. I'm going to say it again. But it is fantastic.
All right, so 4-2, Glenview
With just a break
with
here,
an opportunity, and now we will play the always critical 7th game.
great return. That's the tough part about going Australian like that on the deuce side. I mean, it is a backhand volley, but if you didn't get over there immediately,
It's
and a
hard to
guy
cover
like
that ball,
Schumacher,
yeah.
can mock one, and I don't just mean mock one. Oh, I mean just laser beam something in down the line. It's very difficult to volley that first one.
Looking for a little extra.
So they're going conventional this time. 15 all. Yeah. Up.
See, and what's interesting too is Scott and Adam have stopped or not really done much switching now in the backcourt.
You're
You
right,
can tell
Jay.
you can tell that was their plan right from the beginning of the match, but they've either changed that idea that that's what they want to do,
was that out?
or have felt like it wasn't working, or
Yep.
I'm not going to say they forgot, but something obviously has changed.
Something changed where they kind of got
Also,
out of
they're going to go
their
a little
rhythm.
Australian here. That ball was out, wasn't it?
I believe
was that
so.
out?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. They just didn't hear a call. And
You know what they say.
Trying to help out. Cal
Shoulder
with the
high.
Score. Nice pick up. Set. Okay. So he makes the first one, which is, to me, the tougher one, that half volley, and then same guy.
Well, but also again, the second ball was a little higher, a little loopier,
was.
right? So
It
it
was.
caused him to change his level of his knees and his paddle.
For sure. It's in there.
That dropped. Yep.
Bailey, Cronholm.
The bailiff,
Yeah.
Cal.
Bailey, yeah, exactly. I'm thinking of Bailey from WKRP in Cincinnati is what I'm doing.
You listen
And
to
I'm a married
Cincinnati
guy.
radio?
But no, I'm just thinking WKRP was an old series. Cal, did you know that series,
It's a
dude?
great shot.
No, of course not. I was going to say, well, every so often, Cal will surprise you. Like, he is way too young to know some of this stuff, and then sometimes he'll go, oh, yeah, naturally I do that.
Do you think he's just appeasing you and being like, yeah, I know what that was?
Probably.
Yeah.
If he wants something.
30%.
30% of the time.
You get a stats
That's a
on
great
that?
hold right
Big
there.
hold. That was a big boy hold to go up 5-2. What's that? Break? No, that was a break and a hold.
But Andrew and
Big boy pants.
broke the break.
Broke back mountain.
Broke.
Exactly, broke. I like that.
They broke their spirits.
Yes.
Where are you going with this?
It's break.
Break.
So they were gonna get
Still
I'm
not
still,
a thing.
I'm still sitting there on the
get
big.
broke, so they break.
Still not a thing.
I'm still with the big boy hold. I'm still with like big boy pants and stuff.
Yeah.
And adult swaddlers.
Oh,
and stuff like
I
that.
love using that one because like that one took a little extra macho. You know,
for
like
sure.
you needed the big boy hold
Oh
for
yeah,
that one.
yeah. A little pose down, sleeveless,
Big boy.
Yep.
for sure.
Everybody loves to be called big boy.
Big boy
Well,
to
we have to
restaurant.
have a big boy month in the calendar, guys. By the way, you're going to have to do something like that. It wouldn't be a Frisch's big boy, you know.
Do we take
the big
nominations for that, or
Nominations.
is it a vote?
Nominations and the nominations for big boy are as follows.
Please text them in. This would be great. Big boy of the month.
Megan Thee
goes
Stallion,
to-
yeah. Lady the Gaga and nice pick. Oh,
what
and
a
the
ball.
chops. He take
Andrew
that
is
off the-
really playing well.
He's not bleeding, is he? Because I mean, that's pretty. I know you get hit in the nose even just that lightly, and sometimes it can be. Well, with me it is, but I've got the glass jaw, the whole thing. He misses the serve. That
Triple
okay,
match
That
point?
is just not like
Okay.
Scott Hill. I'm just going to say it for everybody.
Dropped in.
Lobski.
Turn.
Yeah, you know what? The more look at this. Look
Drive,
at this.
good cover.
Oh my God! Talk about
Smart play.
movement. That's going to work getting
There
down.
it
And
is.
Waited
What a
for his
match.
opportunity.
Unbelievable.
Good
Closing
comeback.
that match out, kind of the way that they took control of the second and third set. Andrew really able to make some adjustments after the skid ball ended and found his groove. Yep.
Good replay.
Great match.
Good replay on match
It was.
point.
That's a great one. So we will take a minute here to set the stream up for our next one and see where everybody is at in terms of their matches. There are matches going on the other side, other courts. So if we can, we will bring a match over. But if everybody's kind of neck deep into their sets, we will not throw off their rhythm. So we'll go back to the starting soon screen and then update you in the chat and let you know where we're
You betcha.
headed. But if we don't talk to you anymore, we will see you
Hey.
on Tuesday
I'll be back.
for the
Oh,
I like
finals.
that.
I'll be
I like
back
that,
in
the
like 10
contingency.
minutes. I got to run and get some more frescas.
The contingency plan. I like that. We have a contingency plan. We'll be back maybe.
We'll be back probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Definite maybe.
If not, we want to thank our sponsors, Wintrust Community Bank, Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, and of course, Viking Athletics, Unleash the Warrior in you.
Yeah.
And
Unleash the Warrior and then
that's right.
talk to HR.
All right, man.
All right. See you soon.
Love you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling the groove.
So,
I think Judge Judy had a bailiff that had red hair, guys. And
oh, that's what the deal was.
Got
was
it.
that Rusty? I think his name was Rusty.
I don't know.
I want to say I think
I
it was.
just feel like the most successful sidekick of all time was actually Steve from the
Steve.
Jerry Springer show.
Yeah, absolutely. Wilkos. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. The fact that you know his last name is insane.
Wasn't he a wrestler?
This is really not
Maybe.
a surprise,
Like, I
though.
think he was a pro wrestler. I don't know where I heard that. I just made that up.
Stevie Wilkos.
That would make
everybody.
sense because Jerry Springer did have that same vibe going.
He did.
So, this is going to be our Court 1 match. Harry Sullivan on the deuce side of the court. Ben McKnight here closest
near
to the
side,
camera.
Yeah, baby.
Over there on the far side, Jeff Reitnauer in the white hat and Charlie Howard.
No
Ron
relation
Howard,
to
maybe?
Ron, we don't think.
No, it's
Exactly.
Ron Howard for sure.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
of course,
He's had a lot of work done.
Harry and Ben are the Glenview team.
Correct.
Figured, yeah. Harry and Ben are kind of veterans, man. They've been on the stream
Yeah.
definitely more than once. I don't know if we've had Reitnauer and Howard on the stream
I don't
much.
think so.
Maybe Reitnauer. But always a pleasure.
And to be very clear also, we don't know where this match stands. Except for Glenview's
That's
up
true.
3-1.
That's true. We
So-
don't. We're not. Yeah.
It's a good point. We always like to
The
kind of
other courts are
try to keep score.
still playing. Not sure what happened in the first set over there on court number 2. Although those guys are in a battle.
They've been out there a while.
Yeah.
You betcha.
Special thank you to the Glenview Club for having us.
Yeah. And the Rackets director, Andrew Buckholz, who just won his match in front of us.
Big match. He played fantastic.
He did.
And this is the
Per usual.
semifinals, guys. So this is big. We're down to the final 4.
This is exciting.
It is exciting. Chance to play for the hat next Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah. And we are at the Glenview Club. For those of you who maybe just joined us, don't know where we are and where we are. I don't know where I am either. Most of the time.
I mean, it's hard. It's almost 9 o'clock. I was supposed to be in bed 40 minutes ago. What time is it? 8:20?
I think you need to work on your rounding. I think it's closer to 8 than it
Well,
is
when I
to
get
9.
tired like this, there's
Yeah,
no really.
that's fair.
It's really just. It's too difficult.
Are we going to go the Sunday night football and stand this one?
Yeah.
Like Mike Tirico and
Yeah.
Chris Collinsworth?
I think we got enough cable where we could actually
not
just
going
go
anywhere.
courtside.
I'm not.
He said sometimes. I like Chris Collinsworth. Would he be in your top 5 sports announcers? Top 3, okay. Would you put any of us in that category? No, okay. What's that?
I'm neither a
That's
sports nor an announcer, so
I think we're in the sports announcing
I
category.
guess so.
Could you imagine if we got nominated for an award?
Yeah. And
Well, I
we
mean,
would
worse-
have to be the ones to create it.
Worst dressed, worst condition, probably.
We nominated ourselves
Yeah,
in our
for
own
sure.
category
And
and
the
won.
5th best platform tennis live stream announcers goes to the Chicago Platform Tennis Charity.
There are only 5 in the running, so we did really well there.
Gosh, this is exciting. I'm so sick of these peanut M&Ms. I'm just kidding.
Just kidding. Said no one ever.
Never happened.
Well, good news. We have a half of a 5-gallon bucket left.
What are these called? Peanut M&Ms? I'll try it.
Yeah, sure. I've never had that before.
I'll try one.
They do. They're so good. They melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
Well, apparently somebody told me if you soak in them, you feel better after a match, so I'm just going to do that.
I've been soaking in them for now a whole match. So
Oh, that's what that taste is. Okay. All
Some
right.
people do the cold plunge. We've got an alternative version.
peanut
Yes.
M&M bath.
Full of peanut M&Ms. What, you never just go home and bathe in peanut M&Ms?
And you got to
What's
eat your
wrong
way
with
out.
you?
What
You
kind
can't-
of a place is this?
You can't get out of the tub until they're gone.
All right, looks like we're starting, boys.
Game
Where are
on.
they hosing him down?
All right. Okay,
All right, so this will be a fun one.
doing some digging.
So I don't. I'll be honest, guys. I don't have a ton of intel on the Rittenauer Howard team, so I'm kind of curious
There's
to see
some
how this one
talent
shakes
there.
out.
I can just tell you that because
They've got some racket skills that they're going
sure.
to bring along.
Doink.
Yep, great pick. Come on. Nice dig.
Good footwork. But he was male athlete of the year at Georgetown when Allen Iverson was there.
I didn't need the clarification.
Okay.
I assumed that he was just
A good athlete.
the athlete of the year.
I think it says a lot when you beat Allen Iverson in something. You know, greatest basketball player pound for pound.
Pretty
Pound
much.
for pound.
Pound for pound?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
was he maybe 6 feet tall?
Not even. Just under, I think, is what I heard.
It's a nice pick there.
He's up. Look at that
Sky lob.
skywalking.
Yep.
Luke, reach out with your
Put
feelings.
some arc on it.
It's a good-looking forehand.
Reach out with your feelings.
Oh, yeah.
So already
That's
a transition,
nasty
front court to back
forehand.
court.
Yep.
Again, the court is now completely dry, but yet we still have the jet turbine engines on.
Well, that makes it more fun.
Plus, I like the sound.
It's a nice
Good drive.
patient point from Lakeshore in the backcourt there. You know, not overplaying the drive, just kind of hitting everything solid. He caught it. Good dig.
Ben's always been a great
like that just
volleyer.
poke drive, to your point there, Coach McBoogie, is that he does the, and Mr. Howard hits the poke drive, doesn't always drive the living daylights, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Oh, it's in there. Oh, it does not
almost.
stay over there.
Almost dribbled over.
Good wheels by Jeff to get there. We almost had our first cut dropper.
For sure.
So 40-15 to serve.
It's a great move by
Oh,
Ben.
yes.
Just putting the ball on them quickly.
Bless you.
God bless you.
Why are
It's
you
not
mad
that
that you
bad.
sneezed? Yeah, it's allergy season. It's okay.
I don't really know.
How
That's
dare
a
you
good
sneeze.
recovery ball. I don't really know what the situation is, but I've hit some weird part of life where in the evening after I've had dinner, I then sneeze for about 20 minutes. And it's basically every day. I'm sure there's a diagnosis coming, but I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, you know what? I'll go with you.
I don't even know why to
Yeah.
I mean, what's to complain about? What's wrong? Well, sometimes I sneeze a lot after I eat at the end of the day. Okay, well, I guess take more Xanax.
Yeah, I guess I need to medicate more.
Double down on
Yeah.
something.
All right, well, here we go. Getting ready to start. Down 1-0 on serve here starting court one.
Great
Series 1 semifinals between, is it Lakeshore, Lake Sport,
Lakeshore
Shore
Sport
Drive?
and
What is it?
Fitness. Lakeshore Sport and Fitness.
Sport, shorts, and business.
Got it.
Lake Business Short Sport.
What was that? Thank God you're back, Sean.
Lakeshore Business in the front, Sports in the back.
The Lakeshore Mullets.
Ooh, he wanted to crack
did.
it. He
He
chose not to.
He wanted the tomahawk there.
Looking for the patience, and he finds the nick on the waterfall. That is kind of a nightmare scenario.
He felt it coming too. That's why he was creeping in on it. You
Yep.
know. It's good
Move,
hands.
good cover
get.
from your partner.
How did he pull
Great
that
dig
off?
from right now or there.
Mhm.
I know.
Couple of great digs. And then irritated that the one that was theoretically the easy one.
Easiest
You're right,
to go.
right,
Yeah,
totally.
Same guy.
Everybody has that.
I tell you what, I
Rage
forgot how
swing.
heavy. yeah. I forgot how heavy McKnight's serve is, man.
Yeah,
'Cause
his
it
ball
didn't
is
look
heavy.
like it goes, like it kicks that much, but that's got some weight behind it for sure. All right, bamboo shoots all around, boys. Just the way we like it.
Great volley.
Dig.
What a dig. Oh, Harry was almost there.
I know. He's a good athlete. You're right about the lederhosen too. Who was talking about the leggings and stuff? You know, lederhosen. The lederhosen. It just sounds better with the accent, guys.
I haven't
Speed. Yeah.
I haven't had the guts to go with the leggings yet, but
Yeah.
God, I hope someday I can pull that off.
I can't fit one in there. Is the problem?
They come in
is a,
different sizes, Sean.
Really?
Yeah.
A little wide. That's quite the defense there from Glenview. There's a 4 shots in a row there where they were on the stretch.
Small, medium, large, and please stop.
And you shouldn't be wearing these.
3 refreshing fruit flavors.
Well, and I want to comment
Orange
real quick
in there?
on your
That
point about
wasn't
the,
good, right?
the
That was
defense, Matt, was Ben in particular has always been a really good counterpuncture. You know, so like you're in the scramble mode, and he'll just throw that backhand drive right back at the net player.
Jimmy Connors, he's got as flat a two-hander as anybody out there, and still can pretty much pinpoint that thing. It's amazing.
Strong left hand.
Yeah, and he
For
can
sure.
also shape it.
Yeah.
Like he also can, like, it's almost like, you know, he can put some spin on it, but he also does it with pace.
Yep. It's good hands from Howard here. Look at right now,
Wow.
just taking over. Sit. It's in there.
Some good volleys on display here.
Diggity note. There we go. It's a good lob. Yeah.
They look, and to your point, Matt, both Harry and Ben look very comfortable back there, even though there's been a steady onslaught of some good overheads. Good move.
Just running into that side. Good thing we don't have a camera over there. That's a goner.
I think it was
Eagle.
I think it was the 2018 Nationals that we were here,
Oh, yeah.
and I don't know if you guys remember, but
So
I
put a
was
dent?
well, we had dented screens, but we had the bulbs that they were LEDs that you had to screw in to the light fixtures.
That's right.
We went up like 10 times.
Oh,
Wow.
And I was like,
bounced
you know,
them down.
yeah, they would
Oh,
shake
man.
their way out.
Uh-huh.
Great return from Sullivan.
And
wow.
luckily, I could play the card. I'm just
Wheelhouse.
not tall enough.
Right.
Wow.
Even if I get all the way up there.
Yeah.
Harry's razors. That was amazing. See that thing inside out like that? I didn't think that was possible. Oh, uncharacteristic there from Reitenauer. All right, so a break here. And Glenview goes up 2-1.
Jeez. Pete Rose just made two incredible digs out of the corner over there
Yeah.
on court 2.
Yawn.
And then
Kidding.
still,
He is so freaking good.
and they're
Yeah.
still playing.
Yep,
And then now
points
they're in their
still going.
second transition
way
since
to,
then. But
way
like,
to get the sponsors in there, Cal.
it's full stretch, 2 stabs.
Wintrust Community Bank, Illinois Bowling Joint, and Viking Athletics are sponsors without whom we would not be here.
And to that point, Matt, I want to say it's like watching any professional sport on TV, right? Like you don't really appreciate the speed and some of the stuff
No.
on air. Like obviously,
I do
Cal,
think it's
Sean,
really
and
difficult.
Matt do a great
Shot,
job with that. but
Died in the
it's-
corner there.
It can be really difficult to
Touch.
watch this level or to watch like the APTA Tour,
Home court bounce there.
where because everybody is so good, it gives the illusion as though there are parts of the game that are easy.
Yes.
And it's just not.
It's just
It
not
is,
easy.
You know, but because it feels like the point never ends, you sort of get lulled into this like false, you know, version of, well, if you can just make all the
That's a good
shots all the
roller
time,
from
then it must be
Howard.
pretty simple.
Yeah, and they
Charlie.
move so well. They anticipate well, right?
That was the one.
You got some good wood on that one too. Other thing I noticed, and I'm sure you guys over the years have dealt with this, where you start to you're coaching a tennis player who just kind of picked up the game recently, and they look at it and they say, you know, this is going to be pretty easy.
Yeah, it's an
right?
easy game.
It's an easy game to play, and then they realize because of the structure of the way the points are put together, it's not at all, and it's very difficult to use. I think, matter of fact, when I came back to the game and just started teaching again, and I remember Coach McClure telling me this. You know, it's any of your big weapons that you think you do really well in tennis, they're pretty much useless
Yeah.
on the platform court.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I was a relatively big server, you know, when I played tennis, and
Yep. No value in paddle.
0. Yeah. Overhead, nothing. Can't do anything with that, you know. You know? So,
Sean, were you one of those guys that were like, watch, I can spike this out of this court every time. This is the dumbest game ever.
This is so easy. Boom.
why are we losing all these points?
Watch this.
Idiots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had no idea what I'm doing. I'm driving every backhand. I, try and take it on the rise. It's just not working. Yeah, it does take some time and some commitment, if you will, if you are a tennis player.
Well, and so few tennis players are like, yeah, my backhand volley is my best shot. And
Right.
then you come out on the paddle court and it's like, nope, just do that all the time.
Tomahawk, yeah, he took a little free swing on that one.
Well-
Good hands from Charlie Howard there.
Great setup.
Yeah, and we've seen this a few times already on both sides and in both matches. I want to point out.
Yeah.
It's hard not to blitz off
Oh,
your
yeah,
partner's
flex
drive
and
or a
right
good
now.
shot, but
Yeah.
if the team is volleying well, you get stuffed.
Yep.
It's true.
Yeah, it's difficult. You can be penalized for hitting a great shot at the wrong time.
Correct.
Which is something that, that's not how tennis works.
Great
there's
ball.
There's no situation in tennis where it's like, I hit a great shot and that was wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Ben read that down up overhead so well. Got over there, cut it down. $15 all, is that right?
You bet.
Affirmative.
I think.
I know.
I
Right
think-
now, we'd have to have that one back.
Well,
Doesn't
they
miss
got to
those.
change their game plan a little bit here. A little bit too many, too hard overheads that are giving Ben drive opportunities
Great
right
serve.
now.
Yeah,
from
and I
Charlie
also
Howard.
think that while they are making volleys, they're trying to hit a lot of offensive volleys off of drive situations, and it's turned into a few errors. And occasionally you just have to tighten those up and really look for your opportunities. Like, did
Diggins.
the drive really float where I can attack it or
Right.
stab it into a corner?
Right.
Or, did they hit it pretty solid and I just need
It's
to
a good
make
looking
the
drive
shot?
from McKnight.
Well, and that's another difference between tennis and paddle, right? You can't attack the volley here.
Correct. You really have to be selective about trying to play any type of offense, even positioning. Even just like a placement volley. If you change direction
Did it
too
get him?
much,
It did.
It did. It caught him in the shoulder.
Little ding.
No, I agree with you, Matt. It's again counterintuitive. Sean said it earlier, right? You come in here and you go, nope, that's not what we're doing anymore.
Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, it's a lot of style difference. It's any time that you get players with really high racket skills, and then they get beat by somebody that can just hit the ball 0 miles an hour right down the center third of the court the entire time. It's incredibly frustrating.
Yes.
Right? I don't know what happened. Well, they made every shot and you missed a lot.
Well, and that's where it goes back to the great Rodney Workman always said, this is chess versus checkers,
Yep.
right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a
I
great
love the
move right there.
Oh,
Ooh,
no
No
way.
way, no way, no way.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
nice try. Good move from Charlie Howard there.
Yep.
Just kind
That's
of
the
opportunistic.
kind of what you have to do when players start to fall in love with the waterfall.
Oh,
Yes.
They're going to have to make that move and have the trust that your partner is going to cover.
A little long. Very close. Very close. Asps, very dangerous. You go first. It's good forehand.
Way to get down for that volley. Harry's a tall guy.
He is. Matter of fact, they're both kind of trees over there. I don't think you get much over them
No.
as it stands right now. Look at
That's a great
backhand
ball.
there. Yeah.
But good leave by Harry to let Ben take that overhead.
Oh, it's big. Nice dig.
Blazer.
Blazer? I've never seen anybody play paddle in a blazer.
Well, it's,
They
as,
did
long
that
as,
back in
as
the-
long as you reinforce your elbow
Back in
badges,
the 30s, right? They didn't.
then
Maybe.
everything's fine.
All right.
And there goes Harry's Blazer.
It's a great name for a band right there, I think.
There goes Harry's Blazer.
Yep. Oh. But right now, it's just teed up a couple forehand, just missed a few just by an inch. It's got to be frustrating. Sit.
Good. And again, there's that heavy serve, like you were saying, Matt. It just kicks up so high. And it's hard to get your paddle through that contact point. So we got 5-1.
This is first set, correct? I mean, when they got over here, they were still in the first set,
Correct.
correct?
This is live. It's a good overhead.
We are coming to you live from Glenview Club.
Yes.
This is live.
We are not on tape delay.
This is definitely live.
Nobody wants to watch this.
Not on tape delay.
Not me, anyway.
Only live.
Just you guys.
Otherwise, it's not useful for FanDuel.
You will also hear us when it goes live and we run out of peanut M&Ms.
Actually, we're just going to end the stream when we run out of peanut.
Yeah, that's right. There's too much whining going on.
Just to be clear, if they're halfway through the second set and we're like, well, good night, everybody, you just know that we ran out of snacks. Great move.
Oh,
Pushed it a little bit deep,
Yeah.
but he was right on it.
that's a hard volley, and I can speak because I missed that one a lot. You come in and again you try to stick it and be a little bit more aggressive. And
Yes.
the court is just so dang small.
Yes, and
You
there's
know?
such a weird element when you blitz successfully off of your partner's drive where it almost, you're like, oh, it worked too well. And you like,
That's a
think
good point.
yourself
Yep.
out of,
Right.
it's
You
like
can.
right on your paddle and you feel like you could do anything with it.
Shot. Good
And instead
pace.
of actually doing
Nice
anything,
dig.
you just overplay the shot.
Tried that.
A little
Of course,
too
if I had
much.
Harry's back in, I'd probably try the same thing. You know, I don't think he was in total
I think
position
that,
for that.
I think there's a couple points here that are just swinging free at 5-1.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's a perfect pace serve from Reitnauer, by the way. I love that. Just he hits it just hard enough where you can get in there close for a nice first volley.
Well, but also too at this level, and actually most levels, you play like you know the ball's going to be driven.
Yeah, of course.
So if you can get him to lob a return, geez, I mean that's a win.
That's the only way I'm going to win is do that. That's it. When it comes to the games, I don't really do that. Well, he's strong. Oh, just a little longy. All right, a point to hold for 5-2 here for the Lakeshore Sport and Fitness Owls.
It's an opportunity.
Serve. I was just saying, man, he had a perfect pace on that. There we go. He's a little more aggressive on that one. Oh,
That's tough.
Knight's backhand. It's a wall.
See, I'm with Jeff on that one. That felt like the overhead should have been, you know, it felt like it was a good offensive opportunity, and then it just spit out deep enough where McKnight was able to take a step and
take a rip.
Yeah, rotate through it with his shoulders, and all of a sudden that backhand is on you.
It's a great volley.
Well, and again, if you can keep it deeper, it reduces some of that risk. But at the same time, if you've got a guy like Ben who drives so well off the back screen, he's not moving in because he wants it off the back screen.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right. So all of a sudden it's not an advantage to hit a nice deep overhead because it just comes out that much farther.
And to go back to our previous match with Andrew and the Deuce, where he did a better job of controlling back, staying back in the green, right? So that now every ball he's moving forward into the blue to hit, just like that.
That's an advantage to
Andrew and the
I
Deuce.
like that too. Sounds like a Disney show. Good.
Disney show?
Disney Plus. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Disney Plus.
Kind of baited him into that forehand drive a little bit.
So 5-2 is that? No, we're back to
No,
Deuce.
I think
I was
it's
going to
Deuce,
say that was back. Just felt like it was 5-2.
Jeff's got good hair. Look at that thing coming out the back of his hat.
Fabulous hair.
Sneaky.
Garnier Fructis right there, I think, is what the sponsor would be. No.
What?
I know. It's my shampoo.
The shampoo?
Yeah.
You don't just use Dove or something like that?
Well, I do.
What do you? You're way too fancy to use Dove.
No, I'm not at all. I'm not really all that. I know this is going to sound hard to believe, but I'm not really discriminating about my shampoo choice, guys.
I just get whatever at Costco.
VO5.
You guys don't use Irish Spring bar soap
Irish.
for everything.
It's body wash and shampoo.
What's wrong with Dial? You guys are just a bunch of prima donnas.
All right. Speaking of that, question for the group.
Sure.
You're staying in a hotel. Do you bring your own shampoo and stuff, or do you use the stuff that's in there?
I don't. I do bring my own hairdryer.
And
there's our first cutter drop.
5-2. That is.
Opportunity.
By the way, that would be the only thing you could define as an offensive volley, guys, would be a cutter. Am I wrong? Because that's an offensive volley. Other than that, there really isn't such a thing.
I think there's that, and
Or
then
drop volley.
I also think that if somebody does float their drive, right, and they're trying to pick spots, and maybe they hang one up a little too much, I think that you can sort of stick a volley into a corner that would be classified as an offensive
That's a good point.
volley.
Yep.
But it's a very situational element, right?
Yep.
It's
Like the match we watched last week, Pete and Paul Rose, known for that, right? Like that, almost like a cutter volley.
Yeah, if you read it early and you just kind of you kind of stick it a little bit, not the way you would on a tennis court, but just a little underspin.
Well, because it bites more, right? You know, it just gives a little action on it.
For sure.
I would even say that there are situations where just changing the direction on the volley could sort of be an offensive, decision.
For sure.
That's a pretty offensive volley right there.
Yeah.
Where Ben just kind of said, like, okay, I'm just going to.
Well, he stayed fully committed. You know that serve was high, little hung off the back screen? He stayed in there. Well, 30-15. Doink. Good dig. I love that backhand roller.
little wide.
Love the backhand roller by Harry. Looks like he's been working out.
Yeah, he must work out.
This isn't working.
I didn't say this was his workout. I just said,
No, I know. Just saying.
Yeah.
This
oh, you and I? Oh, you. Lulling into a good
All right.
point here.
So set point here for Glenview to
Good
try to
waterfall.
create another great waterfall and good
Good.
dig. Another good waterfall. Just getting closer and closer to the side screen.
Mm-hmm. So I always like to say, just like it takes, bless you, just
God
like it
bless
takes
you, Sean.
only one good overhead, it only takes one good lob to get back out of trouble, right?
Yep.
And there
All
it
right,
is.
there's set right there, 6-2. We'll hear from our sponsors and come back with the second one right after this.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic near you.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
All right, we're back with the second set here at Glenview Club Series 1 semifinal. Harry Sullivan and Ben McKnight for Glenview taking on Lakeshore Sport and Fitness. Jeff Reitnauer and Charlie Howard. We're having a great time. You know, it's just another fantastic evening in the hut, watching some paddle, eating some peanut M&Ms,
Not necessarily in that order. by the way.
delaying Cal's schedule to the point where his night is ruined. He could have done something else,
Never
but
gonna see your
we did
girlfriend again,
two
Cal.
matches, and now it's way too late. Oh, that's a nice dig. So we did get that first match in which Paul Rose and Andrew Buckholtz, director here at Glenview, did take it in 3 sets.
Yes.
The Court 2 match going on over here is quite the battle. These guys have been out there for a while at this point. And so second set here, starting up. Glenview with a pretty decisive performance in that first set.
Decisive is a good way to put it, Coach. All right, we're gonna try
But I
something
do
here.
think that if Lakeshore can tighten up a little bit of the volley here. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I've been waiting to do
Yeah,
this.
let's
but
get into it.
We've had some problems with the
No,
mixer, but I think I fixed it.
I like it.
All right, so first set away to the Glenview. Well, I was going to say Owls. No, the Glenview Minutemen. And so that's going to leave the Lakeshore Sport and Fitness Vikings to bring themselves into berserk mode and get back into it here.
That one
Berserk
dropped.
mode.
So what would they need to do, guys? The classic. The annoying question with the wine club.
I think that.
Sorry.
I think if they tighten up the volley a
Yeah.
little bit, right, and they played maybe a few too many offensive opportunities on the volley,
Yes.
and I do think you got to stall them out a little bit in order to control momentum. I think that because Harry and Ben are so good as counterpunchers,
For sure.
you have to slow it down and neutralize a little bit.
I'd
and,
almost
and
say
stop looking for, like, you don't want to get into that knife fight with those
Right.
guys, closing in on drives and
Isn't
being
me too?
everybody at the net.
You keep them on the inner third of the court if they're going to drive the ball anyway.
Yes.
Because
yes.
both of them on the wing.
I think so. I know it's difficult to do, but I do think that, if they played some points where about 50% of their shots were just like center third, no
Yep.
pace,
Yeah.
it would allow them to sort of get back to neutral.
And it would open up those corners
Yeah.
instead of just going directly for it, right?
Because like right there, that's a routine volley coming
Yep.
from the center third of the court.
Exactly.
That's
It's in there.
caught the line. That'll cause a transition. That's a great recovery on that
Doink.
lob too, and a great dig out
Good
of the
call
corner.
there, Coach. I didn't even see that coming.
I'm going to say this. I'd like to see them, and not recklessly or to your point about moving shots around, et cetera, but I'd like to see them make the match a hair more athletic. I feel like that, to your point about sitting back and just playing balls that Ben and Harry can counterpunch on, especially in the backcourt.
Shot.
Nice.
Oh,
geez,
he's
he
there.
dug it out.
He's there.
Oh,
Oh,
the frustration.
Howard. Charlie was there almost too early. It was
That's
incredible.
a cool one. The double bouncer on the top of the tape.
For sure.
And then it has no energy on it where it's such a hard ball to dig
Guys,
out.
What a shot.
Great return.
I'm telling you. JC, Jimbo.
There it is.
The
Break.
Belleville Basher.
Break.
That's right.
All right, so first game there, Glenview.
GWC.
I don't mind that serve. I just think that probably Lakeshore will have to cover a little more line if you're passing it through
And
Ben's backhand.
And that's what I was going to also say. My second thing is just all their shots, a little bit more variety. I feel like we've gotten into the same patterns every time.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
in the front court or the back court. So, that's kind of my point about making the match a little more athletic, opening it up just a hair, right?
Yes.
And making them have to
Good.
move and juggle.
Yes.
Two of them.
I totally agree,
Oh.
and that's a smart shot right there
Was.
from Ben, just
It
kind
was.
of catching
Yep.
him
Yep.
up
Too
a
crazy.
little bit inside the baseline was
Totally.
all it took.
Two crazy gets from right now, by the way. Those were sick.
But I do think that really high-level teams do sort of adjust their positioning, not in the hopes that it's perfect, but that they have a specific shot on lockdown.
Yeah.
Right? And so you serve out wide to somebody like Ben, who's got a backhand that he can convert.
Right.
You probably just want to shift over, stand in the alley, and it either hits you in the paddle or you get it off the back screen.
Right.
Yep.
But you're
Absolutely.
really just trying to defend like a very specific lane.
And I
Good
think to that
shot
point,
from
too,
Leonard. What
I
a
think-
shot.
Great return there.
Beautiful.
I think that's one of the differences, right, as the levels get higher and improve, is that their willingness to give up some of what they want to defend what the other team is doing.
Right. Right. I think you can really get trapped in a position where you're like, this is my half of the court and I need to make every volley. That is not how paddle works at its core. And
Well, a
so,
quick 2-love lead to your point there for GWC doing that.
Yeah, and you, again, not that it's obvious, but it could get away real quick, right?
yeah. I do think you should be shifting around a lot and moving in order to set up your volley. I just don't think you should be trying to stretch your volley and throw your paddle all over the place to cover unnecessary space.
They just, excuse me, sound like Sean. They just look really comfortable, right?
Yep.
And
Shot.
they're not doing anything to make them feel uncomfortable.
No.
Jeez,
Great.
what great hands.
Unbelievable.
Holy
He
cow.
rocketed it
Come
right
on,
at his
man.
chest.
He went
and
playoff.
Came up with that, yeah.
Playoff right at the throat.
I'm going to say this too, and I'm not, by the
Nice.
way, because I have to say this carefully around J-Lo because I know he'll make a comment about it. But I mean,
Bring it.
I'm
Doink.
talking about both Harry and Ben are well over 6 feet. When you have to deal with their waterfalls, or even their serves, or even something that high, sometimes there's a tendency, if you're somewhere in that neighborhood as a player, because I'm over 6 feet, we try to take it on the rise, we'll take it, and we won't let certain balls go to the screen. And I've noticed, and right now is definitely talented enough to do it, you know what I'm saying? Like he can one time, and so can Charlie, for sure. But then there are some times where I've seen they'll take a chance on a shot. What a hands on. I mean, Solomon's
Wow.
just
Holy
absolutely
cow.
rolling.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say, so sometimes you're better off letting it go to the screen, not trying to one-time it as much as
Well, and if nothing else, it's going to give you more time, right? More time
Yes.
to pick your spot,
All
more time
day.
to get your feet moving in a position.
Exactly.
I do agree with you there, though, Sean, that there is like an element where at a certain height, the ball gets out of your strike zone a little bit, and you feel like you're always sort of manipulating something in order to create a drive, and it is a little. That is an instance where it's a little bit of an advantage to be a little taller, where if you're hitting a ball around shoulder level, it feels very comfortable.
Well, it's funny you say that because I talk to students that are tall, or my height, and they're going to constantly try to one-time the ball because they feel like everything's in their
Because
strike zone.
everything's moving through their strike zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I'd say, well, I remember talking to this one guy. He said, "Who should I watch from the national tour?" And I said, "Guillermo Nunez." And he was like, he said, "Wait a minute, but he's exactly. He's not the tallest guy out there, so he doesn't try to take unless
He is
he's
much more selective about.
I mean, not that he couldn't. He's talented enough to do anything he wants with the ball.
Yeah.
But he'll actually be patient.
Yeah.
Even though he likes to move in a lot, which he does. He does a great job with that too.
Yeah, but leverage is one of those things that is kind of a, it's a universal element. Like, it has to be there. That's a good spot right there.
Great
from
shot
right
from
now
right
to come
now.
up with
Oh,
to
yeah.
put it on that right
For sure.
shoulder.
That's nice, right there. That's what I'm talking about. Just paciencia. Yeah. Yeah, all those use of Spanish are paying off, guys.
Nice dig.
Sure. It's those tortilla chips we had. That's what it was. I'm starting to get bilingual.
Who doesn't love
Starting
those
to get what? Yeah.
fresh tortilla chips?
Yes.
Free.
That's good patience.
Fresh buckets. Or it's Fresh Market. That's right. I keep forgetting that. All righty, once again, the Glenview Club CPTC semifinal playoffs. Far side, you got Lakeshore Sport and Fitness, Jeff Wright-Now or Charlie Howard. On the near side here in the white, that's Harry Sullivan hitting that forehand volley. And his partner Ben McKnight to his right. Not to be a rhymer. I'm not a rapper. You know that. Anybody's
That's
ever heard me
Vincent
rap?
Spadia.
That's right.
Remember
and he can only read freestyle, by the way. He cannot, I can tell you from personal experience, he can't keep tempo.
Well, so
I love him.
he can't really do it anyway.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Understood.
Get him out of here.
He isn't bad.
Message received.
No. Freestyle, he's not bad.
That's just
He's
how I
actually-
hope people remember me when it talks about, anything performance.
You're rapping?
Just
You're
anything
an excellent
performance.
rapper. I will say it.
Anything
for you.
performance related, I just want people to be like, he's not that bad. that's how I want to.
He's fine.
He's not that bad.
Dude, in Europe, your impression
dig.
impression collection that I have as a mixtape is like number one. All of it, especially Schmiedel, I think is that is still on the charts out there. Your Schmiedel. And I'm kind of
Ben
saying
took over. He
Schmiedel
wants
as-
to run
as
the show.
I like to use the Yiddish pronunciation because of
Nice
what a
dig.
kick. I mean, right now, or just wow.
Lifted the leg to get it out of the way there.
Yeah,
It's doing the river dance back there.
It's really tough because even though there's just phenomenal shot making in the backcourt, they are just fully on their heels.
Yeah.
There's just,
And this is what I was
very
saying.
little opportunity to even look for something.
And
even
to their
the
credit, they're
thought
not
of
trying
offense.
to make something either.
Right.
So you got to give,
And I do agree that, I do think you have to play some points like this, in order to regain control
There we
of
go.
momentum.
Yeah.
See, I like that, but I want a second drive there, right? The dreaded double drive.
Yeah.
That's all I meant by
Wow.
making it a little bit more dynamic,
Yeah.
athletic, right?
Yeah, I would agree.
well, they're playing it. They're playing it right. That might have been a possibility.
Yeah, but I do.
Because this is exactly what Ben and Harry want when they're at the net.
Yeah, let's just kind of play. Let's play a long grind point in which there's no penalty for any of our overheads.
It's a
And
good-
even if they do drive it, we only have to come up with one volley.
It's a good point, guys. You'd think those two guys, kind of bigger dudes, that they just like to get in a slugfest, but they're as patient as anybody. They'll stay out there for a couple of hours and just pretty much grind.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was just going to say, I think that this sort of is a level of control that
Howard,
there's
beautiful
no
lob
part
from
of this
Howard
where
there. Wow.
Ben and Harry are uncomfortable.
Correct.
This is not we have to play a long point. This would make me uncomfortable.
And my 2 cents where I was going to
Oh, it paid off.
So that's exactly what I was going to say is the person who looks the most comfortable was Harry, who's the drive stopper, they're not making him move a lot, right?
Yep.
But that last 2-shot combo there, they got Harry to move,
Yep,
and
pulled him out
now
of
Ben
position.
has to move.
Yep.
So, it's not moving around crazy. You just need to get that guy off the net.
And a break to
There
get
it is.
back into
Yep.
this second set.
That is a smart investment point, right? Let's
For
just
sure.
lob a whole bunch of balls in a row and neutralize the momentum.
Lakeshore SAF making a little bit of a move here. Nice patience from the big man. Yeah.
Let's get hands.
And again, the flip side is look at where Harry's directing all of his play, right?
Agreed.
To Charlie, who's that net player.
Yeah, I think he's got. Yeah, I think if you can sort of pick your spots like that in a very specific way and know
Like that
that
shit.
it's eventually going to turn your direction, then you don't feel any pressure.
Yeah. And you can't, again, similarly to what we saw in the first match, when you can get your lobs and affect that deuce court player or that net court player and make them have to be a part of the point, which they don't want to be,
Yeah.
and they shouldn't be, right? That's when it becomes difficult
Yeah.
to play the net.
It's a, from the Graham McNerney playbook of I'm paying enough attention to the statistics where if I hit the lob here
G-Mac,
11
yes.
times,
Yes.
I'm going to get 2 opportunities to do something.
Yeah.
And I don't have to pull the trigger on it if I don't want to, but that's the number, right? And so if you can just kind of dial in on those kinds of moments, that's where matches can just accelerate.
And this will be interesting too. One of the things I was going to say is I don't know the other guys, Jeff and Charlie well enough, but to have them switch. So we're getting to look at that right now to kind of see how that plays out.
Well, I do like, I know I've seen Jeff play enough. His backhand lob is excellent. He always had a really nice touch on that side. So if they're going to pick on one,
Nice.
a little kind of chip slap there, I like that. I'd call it something else, but it's not late enough where we can get away with that language. What kind of slap was that, Sean? Oh.
But again, maybe it was the switch, maybe it wasn't.
That's 4 points in a row with this patient
Yeah.
And look,
philosophy, if you
Ben
will.
taking control. He's been in this position hundreds of times, saying that we're going to slow it down. Let's dance with the girl we came with.
Nice ball.
It's almost playing into the hands of right now and Howard to pretty much bail.
To give up the net?
Yeah, I was going to say, because it's going to be a different dynamic if they're at the net. They've got to be.
That was
shot.
Nice dig.
Dig.
That was
a great dig.
That was one of the adjustments we talked about, right?
Yep.
Is that hey, make a shift at the net, and either the ball hits your paddle or let it go, especially on Ben's return.
Yep.
You don't want
No.
you don't want to be diving for that volley. Nothing good happens on the follow-up shot anyway.
No, you got to get him out of position. Otherwise, he's going to crank that backhand.
I do think that Lakeshore is going to find some more success here by just choosing to not put themselves in as many compromised
Good cover.
positions, right?
For sure.
Because that first set went relatively quickly, and they hit a lot of volleys on the stretch. There was a lot of I'll try to convert this, but then the follow-up drive was a nightmare. Then they're giving up the net. You might as well just eliminate that whole part.
Good reflexes.
Wow, those were 2 good cutters right
I know. I like
There
it.
you go.
Anytime you make him reach for a volley, wasn't sure whether he was going to get.
And again, the
drive or
lob,
not. I like that
think,
too.
Again, the lob is not just to lob again. The point is to set up a drive.
Yeah.
So you've got to be active. See, I want him to turn his grip over and go after that again.
Yeah, go down the line, you mean?
Yeah, well, he backed off the topspin
Yeah.
and played it kind of flat.
Well, I just felt like he was moving to his left, so he needed to pull it up the line a little bit more. He's going to smack it.
We're getting deep in this one,
We
boys.
are, aren't we?
I like it.
I'll talk about Harry Potter again if you
paddle. I used to have this drill that I would do with some of the players that were, probably series 1 through 5 or 6.
Yep.
And the exercise was that when you got the opportunity to hit a drive, you
Good
had
flex.
to hit a follow-up drive,
Double drive,
at a
yeah.
different speed.
Yeah.
It was a requirement that okay,
That's a good drill.
which one do you want to be soft and which one do you want to be hard? And you had to pick. So if the first one was they're off the net, I'll lace it down at their feet. Then the follow-up drive was like, let's hit a ball right at
Wow.
the body, right? Like, let's just go center mass.
So just shot clock contest.
Or vice
there.
versa. But I thought it was like a good opportunity to just sort of get players out of their mindset of like, I lobbed it, then I drove it, then I lobbed it again. And
You're so creative.
Well, but also we've been talking
I
about it
was
for the
just
last
bored.
couple of weeks. That was an end-of-season drill. But we talked about the last couple of weeks, right? The change, that variability is so
Right.
so huge.
maybe didn't set that one up as early as he might have.
I like doing
liked.
the forest view drills where you'll do something and then you'll call it something and I'll go, that's not offense, defense. Like we all sit there and argue about what drill it is. That's not blaster.
Yeah, what are you talking
What?
about?
That's not the lava game. Come on, man.
Let's play Brute. That's not Brute. Yes, it is. Do you have a welt on your body? Then it was Brute.
Yeah, when it, you know what? To your point, Coach J Love, we've had drills definitely at the end of a session where you find yourself doing that. Wait a minute, Brute is what? Yeah, you're going to stand at the net and I'm going to serve the ball as hard as I can at you and you're going to have the volley the first.
I love that
What?
drill.
Yeah, that's how you start the point, and that's just makes people get their shorten up their block swing and skid over.
Yeah, just block the ball back.
for sure.
You know what
All
was
right.
interesting about that drill, and I've done similar stuff in paddle,
Yep.
but not enough. Like, there's a lot of, like, let's feed in a screen, and then you
Yes.
guys can get used to the screen and play the point out.
Yep.
And I was like, how about we feed in...
Great
yeah.
poke drive from McKnight.
How about we feed in an offensive overhead? You have to get out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Make the first shot, but then you notice how, like, the rest of the point doesn't feel as stressful.
No. Slows
because
down.
You,
Yeah, totally.
And that was the whole point of Brute. And I used to have to tell...
That was tough.
Yeah. I used to have to tell kids on the tennis court, like, the point of Brute is not that you're going to make volleys and win points.
No.
It's that then, when you're not standing in the net and someone's not serving at you, everything feels slower.
Exactly.
And so then you play a normal
Exactly.
point, and you're like, oh, my God, I got a day and a half.
They've dialed in a little bit here. Sorry to bring it back a notch, but and
No, it's fine. You can talk about paddle.
And unfortunately, Rittenauer and Howard missed a couple volleys there too. Which we said earlier, they've got to win the volley game,
Sure.
or at least step up and make it close.
Oh, right now.
Like I think that was
Just good
3
goal.
volleys they missed in this game.
It was, and that was quite a comeback from being down. I want to say 15-40 in that game from Sullivan and McKnight.
Mm-hmm.
So, as they say down under, good on you. Isn't that terrible? It's not even a good accent. It's the worst.
You been watching Bluey?
9-8. Good
Shake
on you.
it, Chile.
Good on you. Yeah. Right, sure. Right. All right. Well, it's by the way, what is the temperature out there? I mean, I'm not seeing everybody's
Current
breath, so-
temperature, 38 degrees.
I was going to say it's deceivingly warm.
Yeah.
Well, and they also still have the jet turbine engines on, so
It's very comfortable out there. Most players currently playing in shorts or T-shirts or both.
hopefully
At least one or the other. Yes.
it is
Not
weird.
always, though.
It is weird that this game doesn't play shirts and skins.
I have always found that a bit odd.
There are some guys that perspire so much that probably if you let them, they could play shirtless because they sweat so much they don't even care. Like they need to be cool enough. You know what I mean?
I would.
The rules have
Well,
adapted over time.
Nobody's. I mean, we're going to be off the air immediately. if
Why do
guys
we
like
have
me
to
start-
wear the ball gag?
Yeah. Isn't it your turn? When's it your turn?
What's with this collar?
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, you knew
Oh,
that was
there it
that's a great
is.
color.
Harry Sullivan, Harry's Razor. That's what we call that right there, which is part of a marketing campaign for the product. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, have you guys tried these? They're called peanut M&Ms.
They're so
new
good.
products.
I actually forgot for a minute the bowl was sitting right here.
They're a new product
How
that
can
I
you
think
forget
everybody
that?
should try.
I can't even concentrate.
A new invention from the World's
All right, we're
Fair.
starting to see a little bit more of a pace from right now in Howard, which, I mean, they're talented enough to do it, but it's kind of playing into the hands again of the way when things went in the first set for McKnight and Sullivan.
Well, I think to that point, Sean, I think it's just come a little bit late where they're expecting it, right?
Sure.
Like now they're going to show, okay, now I have to throw a different punch. Because at 4-1 down a set.
Yes, you need to have the time to be able to choose, your moment to employ it, as opposed to being
Somebody's
like,
gotta start
well,
singing
this is
one
our
moment
only
at a
option.
time.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Yeah.
Because you guys all know, you get to this position if you're Harry and Ben, you're up a set in 4-1, and you're expecting more drives.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're expecting some.
They're gonna try to throw create something.
Mm-hmm.
You also looking. They're gonna. What I was gonna say right now, and Howard probably looking to. These guys are gonna force the action a little bit more, because if they play a little more offensively, you kind of have to counter with some more offense usually. Or they may bait you into hit a drive, which is my favorite. Here, go ahead and drive this because I want you to.
Nice. Yep.
That's not a strategy you see very often in every series, but definitely in Series 1, where you're almost baiting somebody to go ahead and hit a drive because you just build a wall and think.
Yeah, I think it's a huge part of the game. The higher the level gets, the more you are having moments where you're like, I'm going to hit this little shot, and I really hope you drive it.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to a couple guys at one point during a drill, and they didn't get it, but after a while they did. It was like, there's a point where you're playing in my hands if I don't have to do much.
Right. Well, again, and I've always said it, the volley is the biggest differentiator, right, in levels. So when you feel good about your volley, you feel literally indestructible up there at the net.
For sure.
You or your partner can hit a not so desirable overhead. You're going to get your way out of it.
Great
look at that. Oh, he missed it. But
super.
That
drive.
is also a thing that is a determining factor with successful partner matchups.
Game,
because if you have two different versions of that, like if you have one person who's like, "Gosh, I hope they drive it," and the other person's like, "Why are you hitting overhead so they can drive it?" You got to find the right.
Nice try.
You got to find the right team in order to handle those situations.
Absolutely.
All right, a point to hold.
You're right. There's an absolute battle going on over here. I don't know if this is court 2.
They're trading
Court
a
3.
lot of points.
Wow.
There's a lot of transitions
We're back to
on court
deuce
2
here,
over there.
boys.
And a lot of fist pumps going on over there. That's some good playoff paddle going on.
Yep. They're in it. Everybody's having a good time.
Well, you don't get to this level and this point in the draw, I guess, if you haven't been playing some good ball. Let's face it, these guys.
No way. They're
in late season form, and we're at the semis, man. There's only one more round here, so right now. They may sneak this game out here.
But see, there's a perfect example, like we were just saying, right? You hit that drive, he's going to volley it, you sit back, and it just sets up your lob for that next shot.
For sure. Nice lob.
Doink.
Oh, good call.
Good pick. Stuff.
I love the doink call.
You do. Well, you're good at it, so.
That's a great shot.
Charlie Howard.
Step up and took it early.
Charlie Howard. What a great backhand. Wow.
Took it early and knocked it down.
All right.
I think that was a tough one. I think Harry just kind of moved like he was going to cut off the volley, and then I don't think Ben had a view of it at all.
I like this, too. Right now, Howard's doing a little bit of a consultation there.
Yeah, smart.
At the baseline, yeah. Why not? Man, he's got some speed.
Do you think they were planning on accounting for Harry to just crush that return?
No, I don't think so.
Hey, here's the plan. Whoops. Plan goes out the window.
I don't know, but
mauled that ball.
But I do love the willingness to say, okay, well, great return. Let's dig it out off the screen and keep this thing going.
And they played a great game back here last game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously with a break. You know.
They should really not. They should really be buying into.
That's the ball.
Yeah.
I want to see him hit more. See, like there, he should have turned that grip over and done it again.
He's got some nice action on that forehand anyway. I think falls off the table as soon as he gets over the net.
Also the ball's landing in the middle of the court service line, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I will also say, to their credit, that the volley ability of Harry and Ben has got them into trouble while manufacturing drives. Right, there's been a bunch of points where they hit good drives, and then Harry came up with a stab that went into the corner, or Ben jammed one around them. I can understand why mentally they're not, they're kind of in a one drive sequence because at least in one drive they're, forcing them to play defense. On the second one, if they make an early read, I think the advantage is actually in Ben and Harry's favor. So
Well, Dude's wide.
the willingness to play the longer point with the one-off drives are going to be a.
But like a couple of those little drives there, right? We've been talking about the last couple of weeks. He turns that grip over. Now he can change the
Little more
speed
depth,
and the
good.
spin,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And still
I
probe
agree
it,
with you.
keep it
I
under
agree
control.
with you that you're looking for some more variety.
Yes.
I'm with you on that.
Not trying to argue,
Side.
just saying like those are sitters, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I think that it is like you get an effective volley team like Ben and Harry. They're going to second guess
That
their own
was
decisions.
nasty.
Really nasty. I'm not going to argue because I'm not smart enough. So
We just hugged it out. We're okay.
that's right. There we go.
It was really intense there for a
It
minute.
We
was.
can get a couple
That's
photos of that
because
for the
I care so
calendar
deeply.
later. We can do that if we want.
Yeah, let's get in the calendar.
Good leave. Okay, I should have edited that out. Sorry.
That's fine.
It just gives you a sense of
I
realism.
think we
you
can
know what I'm
all
saying?
understand where he's coming from.
Yep, we've all said those words.
Ugh.
Are they going to take the net? No, they're going to refuse. They're going to fully
They
refuse to take the net.
literally are. I mean,
Yep.
they
Harry's
literally.
still back, and they're just like, nah, let's play pickleball.
And Harry was baiting him into. He's like, sure,
Yeah, he's
come
like,
on,
come
up.
on, why not?
Come on.
It's fine. Take away the weapon.
See, I love that. Speed.
Nice dig.
Nice touch.
And barrage.
I think the honorable double bounce.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think everyone else called it.
All
but-
right.
I think they all knew.
Yeah.
Low 40 here.
It wasn't a question.
But again, they're literally
block
giving
that
up
in.
the net.
That's, by the way, what I just did was
There you
damn
go.
near impossible. He blocked it with a little underspin
Yeah.
from up there, and it still stayed in. What a shot. What a stay.
Nice hands.
What a
Unbelievable
pickup.
hands from Howard. Look at this guy putting
So
on a
good.
clinic.
Oh, that was a
So
great.
good. Howard, he'll
point.
be here all week. That's an unbelievable shot. Crazy combo.
But again, look, the double back.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is Ben is not approaching the net until after the return.
Yeah, he's taking his time as well.
Just to wait to see what's going to happen.
in there.
That's a good leave by Ben, I think, there. You know, you're baited into to reaching for that
Yep.
low volley and popping it up. Instead, you know you've got Harry back there playing tennis.
Whew.
This has turned into quite the cat and mouse game
It
here.
has.
Well, you got to respect the effort in
Way up.
making adjustments, right?
Yeah.
Like theoretically, even if you had different strategies and you said, okay, I'm going to stick with it and see how it works for a few games, even if you lose 0-0, you should have 4 different strategies you've employed in that amount of time. And so-
Shot.
But again, it's working right now, and
Right
you just
now.
ride this wave.
Beautiful screen drive.
well, I mean, just anything to take them out of
JR.
rhythm, right? They're rolling,
Taking control.
like, okay, fine, let's give up the net, let's stay back, let's go in on the 5th ball instead of the 1st ball. Like, just don't let them get so comfortable.
Well, and I think then Ben and Harry get a little worried about when they're going to come in, or
Uh-huh.
when they're going to attack, or when they're going to drive.
It's a
Yeah.
good point. You're
Yeah.
right.
I agree. With that, and
I heartily agree.
since Lakeshore has kind of been caught in the scramble for the majority of the match, it does benefit them, right?
Yes,
They're like,
agreed.
well, what's the difference? Like,
It's true.
We were feeling like we were on our heels to begin with,
Yeah.
so we don't care how we start the point.
Yeah.
Like, we're grinding no matter what.
If I'm going to
So-
drown in 10 feet of water or 20 feet, it really doesn't matter.
yeah, who cares?
Well, and like this would be a Cal comment. You know, the problem with being predictable is you're predictable,
Wow.
right? Sounds
I-
like something
for
you would say.
I agree.
No, he
It
said no.
doesn't sound like something.
Doesn't it?
You can't just play along.
Somebody
I
would
thought
say
I thought it was dry enough to be you.
Man, I'm worried about you. Horrible.
It's kind of a Yogi Berra.
Yes. See, look.
Yeah,
and
there
look,
you go.
I love it.
Shot.
I love it. Did I finally say it loud enough on
And
the
you
last time that he
blink.
heard me?
You got to love this Lakeshore team, man. You blink and it's deuce, 40 deuce, man. It was I love 40. Well, maybe not only.
That's a good
what,
serve.
A minute ago.
Deuce, let's lob it. We'll close in.
I
Nope,
love this
just
right
kidding.
here.
Look
We'll
at
stay
this.
back.
Oh my gosh.
You do it.
Let's play.
I won't eat it. Let's get Mikey.
Sweet.
Somebody try it.
Let's play a weird college doubles.
I was going to say 12 and under girls doubles.
Exactly.
Everybody stay back.
All right.
First one to hit a volley loses.
Loses. if your foot goes inside the service line.
Yeah.
That's not lava game.
Did you guys ever used to play penitentiary where you had to stay inside the lines? This is the opposite of that.
Inside the
Like,
service
No,
box?
that's what
No,
they
no.
called the lava game.
Like, so the whole point was you had to
Yeah.
push them back with like a high deep
Oh,
ball.
oh,
over the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
The lava was
Yeah.
outside the court. That's what they called it. At least
That was,
that's what John Irvin.
You guys remember Greg Cohen? We used to call him Heavy C.
I think I remember.
He coached at Warren High School.
You see in the calendar?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just a different calendar.
Sweet.
It's the same calendar. Yeah, I've been trying out for that for years. Like,
There it
what a
is.
shot. Almost hit it too hard. Gotta love that. That's just style from Charlie Howard there. That's got a doinky.
There
Oh,
it is.
geez.
I was late on the call.
Well,
Sorry,
you know what?
guys.
I'm usually late, so I guess I'll count that one.
Unacceptable.
Unbelievable. So
All
from
right.
love 40
Add
down,
in to get it back to 3-4.
which is amazing.
Nice serve. Staying back again. I like it.
Shot. Oh, look
Nice
at that.
hands.
One-hander.
He's there.
Tennis playing. I like that. If it's going to
Doink.
stay in, though.
Almost.
Almost a near doink.
Lobsk.
Short.
It's a good touch. Yes.
Great
Nice.
waterfall.
Great
Found the
touch.
corner.
Tell you what,
All right.
right
3-4.
now in
They're
Howard.
in it.
And it only took them a number of games, but we got some adjustment out there.
That's right. The Vikings berserking their way back into the match. I'm sorry. That was part of history, I guess.
Berserking?
Yeah, they were the type of Vikings. They called them berserk.
Berserkers.
That was where they went crazy. That's where the term berserk comes from. All right, 3-4. I should say 4-3. And the
Final
last
lap.
yeah. Somebody's coming down the giant slalom. They cannot get rid of that.
man.
You can't get rid of that. Like, if they fix that, it's going to be depressing, Because I don't know what it is, but it just sounds like,
That was good. The redrive refusing to come in.
Yep, here we are again.
Yep. The redrive
I'm not
again.
going there.
Yep. Still refusing.
Somebody asked me last night,
Great
they go,
volley,
whatever happened
good
to...
pick.
They said, whatever happened to singles paddle? It's like, well,
It shouldn't have existed to begin with.
yeah.
it's probably good.
The question is why did we have it?
There was
Yeah, it's
only
good.
like 10 guys that had a screw loose that, were doing it to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Doink.
Good call there.
It was close. And it was a little late.
That counted. It was not an even bounce. I counted.
Doink.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah. And he was even there.
Yeah,
he was
he
there
was.
and in
It
position.
was.
I gotta go up to the net. You're kind of too far right. You're getting back in.
I love getting the up close and personal consultation
Yep.
again from the
Just
on-court mic.
A quick meeting on the positioning, right? Like
I
if we're-
did not dismiss you.
But I think he's saying exactly that. So like they've
Yeah.
done a better job of moving him off that right position,
Yeah. Yep.
right? The drive stopper position.
Yep.
And I think he's warning him not to get
Yep.
too far off of that.
Yeah.
Smart.
And he's
He's
saying,
saying-
especially as we swing the ball around,
Yeah.
like you have to make sure that you hold your ground there so that whoever's hitting overheads can kind of have the freedom to run the offense.
That was one of my favorite ploys. Yes, I was playing with Friedman, by the way, if you're going to bring that up.
Of course I was.
Mike
gonna-
Friedman?
I would always, we'd come to the net, or the baseline would say, hey, I want to talk to you for a second. And then if he started walking away, I have not dismissed you.
Go.
Yeah, I've not dismissed you.
Volley.
Good ball.
Oh, look at
Nice
that.
pick.
Yes.
Great
Wow.
cut. Dug it
Talk
out.
about court coverage. Come on, that's
Dug
not
it out.
even-
Looked for
I
the
think I still have a
backhand.
shot
There
at
you
winning
go.
this point here.
Doink.
Almost. It's a smart.
It's a good overhead.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I would say on that is he just came in a bit too hard. Like
Yeah.
if he would have stayed back, knowing reading that's going to be a lob, he could have maybe attacked the next ball.
For sure.
But again, we're getting
Thinking
that's
one
a little,
shot ahead. That's the chess part of it. That was in there. Clips the line. Great lob
lob.
from Reitenauer. No way did that clip.
Yeah,
It did.
got
It
it.
bit.
It clipped. Caught the line.
Howard's starting to roll too.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is a
what a
tough
shot
one.
from McKnight. Man.
Just coming up with the drive to change direction
Savvy.
while catching them in the shift.
30 love.
Savvy. Yeah, that's a Captain Jack Sparrow slice going wide right there. Yeah, we haven't seen too many pound.
That's a great overhead.
Great
Unbelievable.
spot.
Whew. But again,
Perfect.
great depth. The depth there was what is key.
Yep.
If you just want to see a definition of how to hit that shot, by the way, you just saw it.
It's after dark. We can talk about it, right?
After dark. Quiet storm. Get the.
Michael Bolton.
I could get some. Well, no, we don't want to do that. We'll say throw some Quiet Storm music on there, but that's going to upset the match.
I mean, if the points go much longer.
You can just start. Anybody
Yeah.
want to dance?
I mean,
Remember when I said
if they get real tight here in the deep in the second set, yeah, I think we turn some tunes on.
I remember I said, yeah, we'll do a second one as long as I'm in bed by 10.
You're gonna miss it.
Oh, darn it.
Go. Wow.
That's in there with a shot. Nice get.
Speed.
Come on.
Yep. See, just patient enough.
Yeah. I'm telling you, this is hooked on phonics over here. He's reading as well as anybody. You just read the screens well enough. Just makes you quicker.
Good overhead.
Almost would like some of the.
Good spot.
Oh,
Too late on the decision.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't been over there much,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah,
outside.
it's a different
and
angle.
Even though that's his best shot, that backhand, right? It just wasn't.
Exactly. All right, I saw this movie. I mean, they were up 40-love.
And then what happened?
And then, Howard and Reitnauer fight their way back to deuce.
Good call by Ben. I don't know if anybody heard that.
Yes.
He told him to drive it, or I like to say up or down, right? Up is lob,
Yeah,
down
yeah.
is drive off of that.
Oh. All right. Put themselves in a position here.
Mm-hmm. 5-3.
Winning the first set 6-2, now up 5-3 are Ben McKnight and Harry Sullivan for the Glenview Club.
This would be where Cal would say this is a must-hold game.
The
Look
Glenview
at this.
Colonels.
Look at this.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah. I've seen that all year long.
befuddled.
Would you consider this a must-win game for
Yep.
Lakeshore?
Didn't Cal just say that?
Serve. Wow. Finding the nick, too. Well, for the most part. There, they're just for the long haul. Hoist that puppy, yes. Oh, dude
good
swipe.
Nice spot.
Yeah.
I do
Super
think
shot.
that part of the dynamic here in everybody sort of being willing to give up the net is that nobody really found their groove with like letting the overhead drop and playing a bunch of attacking shots, right? So if you're in a position where
No way.
shot.
No.
wow,
Howard with the flex.
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
full flipped
Tell
as
me
that
we
thing
got
came
that.
out, yeah.
Duran reflex. I can't believe that he pulled that
replay.
off. That was amazing.
And interesting, he's going with the underhand to Harry, but the full service motion
For
to
sure.
Ben with the double back.
I see it.
Good
I
waterfall
see
there.
it. Harry's sort of cranking balls when it gets up above the net, and
Yeah.
maybe he feels like there's a little more kick
All
on
right,
the ad
30
side.
deuce. Well, it
I
does.
do think it's a little easier to kick it and get more out of it on the ad
shot.
side.
Can you kick it?
What a shot. I got that. That's funny.
All right.
The other thing is, with that underhand serve, you got to get him to the net. They can't. They don't
Sure,
have a-
keeping it interesting.
All right, game point to pull it to 5-4.
It's another good serve.
That block. It's not easy. I'm telling you. He's got a little underspin on it. Still stays in. Everything's possible in the world of magic, boys. Sit.
Spirits of illusion.
That's my favorite.
How have we not heard this yet?
I know. I was waiting. I kind of jones away for that during the week. Is spirits of nice pull off there. It's kind of almost a dude swipey. That was.
That was a swipe.
Spirits of illusion. If you ever want to work in this town again, I command you, descend.
See, that
Nice get.
That and all the other impressions
Jeez.
are in that
Just the
mixtape.
frustration overhead.
I know.
Go right at him between the legs. Still plays it off the screen.
I would swing it, guys. I don't know.
This is a high investment point. This is risky.
That's what I'm talking
this is
about right
this
here,
is
yeah.
where whichever team takes this point has a lot in it.
Yep.
And another near doink there.
It's
Close.
worth it.
Oh,
you
you
got
good.
it.
That thing just hung in
Yep.
there so tight.
Did not come out of the side screen at all.
Really didn't even hit the nick directly either.
Patience, good patience. Hoping
For sure. All right. All right, Deuce Eckes. Is it that mean the second deuce? Not really.
Deuce Eckes.
Stay thirsty, my friends. That's all I got to say. The most interesting game in the world right here. I'm just going to keep going. Cereza.
I don't always play paddle.
Here we go. Thank you.
Oh. And that was the first out-of-character drive they've really made.
Exactly. All right, so
that was kind of what I was talking about with
here.
that long investment point. Like, whoever wins the long one just has that little advantage.
Sit in there.
I rarely blitz off short lobs.
When I do.
But when I do.
All right. Shot.
Good communication, and again,
I love this idea. Oh, just out.
There it is.
Just
A
out.
little deep. Great match.
Wow.
Good transitions. Solid gameplay from both teams. Fun one to watch. I'm assuming that is probably going to put Glenview into the final.
Yeah.
I imagine that there was
Well, they did win that
set
first
one
one, right?
somewhere.
Yep.
On the other courts. But we'll wait for them to report all the scores just in case.
You never know.
Anything
I've
could
been wrong
happen.
so many times, guys.
But this
You
is
never
fun.
know,
This was a good pick. I
Exactly.
like the idea of trying to say, hey, can we follow one team through the playoff
That's a
journey?
great idea
and
there.
it happened to work out with the Glenview.
Kind of hard knocks
Well,
type of
hey,
thing.
well done, guys.
Yeah,
well done.
Thanks
well
to
done.
our sponsors, Wintrust Community Banks, Illinois Bone and Joint, and Viking Athletics.
Thanks to the CPTC.
Yes.
I'd also like to thank whoever makes peanut M&Ms. I don't know who that is, what company.
That's a great question. It's a new brand that just came out on the market.
Have you tried it yet?
We're excited about it, yeah. I think it's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
I think that and the internet are going to be big. Mark my words. We will see you next week for the finals on Tuesday night here at Glenview Club. We are going to try to set up and bring you as many matches as we can. We have it in the works to see if we can stream multiple courts, but we will still have to make some final decisions based on availability and timing, and
Yes, ma'am.
and then have a cheeseburger eating contest.
Hey, now we're talking
middle.
language, boys.
So,
Okay.
thanks for joining us for the live stream. We will see you next week for the finals.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate